Hello, and welcome. My cheat sheet's missing. My name's Jason. This is episode 16 of Pinnacles here on happyjacksrpg.
Pretty sure it's episode 12.
It's not. It's not. Don't confuse everybody. We are an actual play game here. Does anybody see my cheat sheet? I've only done this 1,000 times.
I have special maneuvers.
No. Okay. So we just so you know, we have some safety tools in place. We have a lines and veils document behind the scenes. We have X cards on the table ready to be used. We also try to treat each other like grown-ups with dignity and respect and talk about things when they come up.
I'm gonna throw a tantrum. Also, I think is that Jason's cheat sheet? It's in a laminated thing.
No,
Yeah.
that's the producer checklist.
Damn. Oh.
That one's for me.
Whatever.
Kim so far fought so hard. In the end, it didn't matter, etc., etc.
It's okay. It's fine. We're good. Let's introduce our players. Pooja.
Hello, I am Pooja. I'm playing Sapna Knife, the Silent Scream, the Sonic Snoop.
Mm-hmm.
I love all these names. Like, just like, hey, I'm nosy.
Hey, I'm Kit.
Whoa, okay. And
I'm
I'm Jason,
Kit.
your GM today.
Ooh, it's gonna be spicy one.
Sarah. I'm playing Caduceus, the biokineticist.
Wait, is Kit
Will be
Caduceus's costume?
Yes, Caduceus will be Kit at a later date. Is not yet anymore. Ooh,
I always like that debate
trends.
about Superman, whether he's actually
Is
Clark
Superman?
Kent the
Is he Clark?
costume? Is Superman the costume?
I think that's a good question right now.
Yeah.
Who's who? Ooh.
Eli?
Playing Hector Aguilar. He's a telepath on a not so somewhat alien world with dinosaurs, and he's like, I really need something other than a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if you have one personality where you're not allowed to show weakness, that's the mask.
Yeah.
Like,
The mask.
you know, like is Superman the real personality where he can only emote one emotion the entirety of the time?
It's like half an emotion at best.
Hey, I'm John Enge, and I am playing Sentinel, Frank, Mackenzie, Mac, Alpha Patriot, and his middle name is Leslie.
Good.
Did we know that?
Nope, I just made it up.
Okay. Leslie.
It
Right.
fit into my worldview very quickly, actually.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that sounds right.
It felt like something I already knew.
Yeah, I'll
So,
take it.
Good naming. All right, so we it was kind of a quiet episode last time. Not a ton of stuff happened. We did some paperwork, bookkeeping, some level up stuff, little things. Sarah, is there anything worth going over in the recap?
Nope.
Okay, great. So
Oh, well, there were some dinosaurs.
It's a shopping episode with ice cream.
I'm so sorry. You had a bit, and I was like, what if I leaned all the way into this?
I'll go.
That's called Yes and People.
So, yeah, there were times that were had last time, and we were just, cooling down from having saved the world from a goopy little creature. And we thought that it was just going to be a normal night, a normal, easy night, but then something went wrong. And Sapna heard what was going wrong, called the group together, and we all ran over to Chainsaw's house, where Chainsaw seemed to be in some kind of physical distress that Sapna could hear. When we all went to check it out, Frank was caught between multiverses and could see several different places, and it seemed very unstable. So we started evacuating the place. Green Streak was helping out with that. We all ran over, and then right as we all got in, we're like, oh my god, what's happening? And we were in a different multiverse, not just with ourselves, but with part of Frank's apartment complex. What world was that? We don't know yet, but what we do know is that it is kind of in the same location and full of dinosaurs. So
For easy reference, we're calling it Super Green.
Super Green.
Super Green.
Helpful. Good to know. I'm going to make a note.
Because we have a green,
Right.
which is home to Dr. Green and her treehouse.
Yes.
And
we have
former home of Frank/Citadel, the Blaster.
And we have not been able to make contact with any Dr. Light approximation in this universe, which is a good note. We do have some communication with our own universe through the thing that Sapna has in Sapna's ear. And we started adventuring and trying to figure out what the hell was going on and where we were. And we found some dinosaurs. We found a key card with the name Blaze West on it. And we said,
Blaze West.
let's try to figure out where that is. And we made some more poking through the woods and found, what was this structure? I was trying to figure
It
out,
was like a
plane
like a scientific pod.
Yeah,
Scientific
yeah.
pod
Science
It's a
pod.
rectangular box.
that could fly.
It's like the size of a shipping container.
We're hoping
Okay.
it could fly.
Shipping container made by Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It technically can fly. West has confirmed that it flies.
Yeah.
Yes.
So real quick, actually, I just remembered something. Before we go live, let me ask you something as a group,
Okay.
since we're not live yet.
Right. No,
This is just rehearsal.
I had originally envisioned this week as our Halloween episode,
I'm glad I dressed up.
which comes with a certain level of buy-in if we're down for that. Or we could just make it a regular episode because people will listen to this years into the future and not know that it's almost Halloween.
what do you mean by Halloween episode?
It would be some scares.
I love scares.
Give me
Hey, hang on. Let me
Give
put on
me
my
scary.
costume.
give me scary.
It's
Okay.
me, Sarah.
Okay.
Whoa!
No longer am I
the
kid.
best
More like
Sarah costume.
Sarah.
Whoa.
It is I.
And it's me, Leslie.
Yeah.
It's me, Eli. They can't see
Eli.
All right.
Eli.
So real good. Just
Tell you.
just because we're not live yet, what is everybody's sort of gore comfort level?
Gored up.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the general descriptions of gore.
Sure.
But like super intense detail, let's not.
Got it. Yeah.
Good?
Okay. Great. Well, this is why we have X cards on the table.
I let everyone go before me because my answer is more if possible.
Yeah. Is that all there is?
That's I should not be the barometer.
Please, sir.
And just
May I have some gore?
to remind people, obviously Jason doesn't need reminding, but like the we have lines. There won't be any ghosts
No ghosts.
in our episodes for those of you listening at home who might be concerned.
Oh yeah, that's worth noting. I'm gonna give a quick top-down description of our lines. Obviously, not identifying whose line. I don't even know whose line is it anyway. So that's be a good title for like a show,
Yeah.
Never
maybe.
worked.
Gotta
Like an
pitch it.
improv?
Would
Yeah.
never work. No.
something like that. Let's see. I know I have the Lines and Veils document here somewhere. Oh, I think it's shared with me. That's what it is. Is
I bought
it?
a new product. I don't know how to use it yet.
Why is it not in my Wild Talents folder?
It's not allowed.
I just want to be able to give people a content warning in case things get a little bit rowdy.
Well, do you want to give a content warning of like the things that we might see in this episode instead of like
Sure.
go over the
There will be so content warning about some blood, some dead people. Probably animated dead.
Ooh.
And amok machines.
Like machines run amok?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Amok.
So, I really feel like this document should be right in front of me, and it's not. So I don't understand how that's happening.
The real question, as we, are possibly just about to go to space, is will there be a box, and is that box a puzzle?
Oh. No. I'm actually really bad with puzzles. Like
I am too.
GMing puzzles.
Every time I'm like, I gotta put one in this dungeon, and then I have to go online and find one, and I'm like,
Yeah.
too much magic.
That sounds like a lot of prep for me.
Yeah, I discovered that if I prep, it's better.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Damn.
finally had like a pretty
Weird.
decent little puzzle this summer for some teachers I ran D&D for because they wanted to try out D&D, and there were also some people there who had played a bunch, and everybody was like, wow, that was a really fun puzzle. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
great. I came up with it 15 minutes ago, so that's the secret for me. Don't think about it too
Don't
much.
think about it.
Improv puzzles. That's
I guess are they like puzzles like when you're playing Zelda?
Like the temples in Breath of the Wild.
I mean, I didn't play Breath of the Wild, but let's see, do the.
I only played the
novels.
original Zelda, so I'm not sure.
Or like
been a
when you're
while.
playing a RPG of some sort and you have puzzles in that you have to like get different components and plug them into altars, or is this puzzles like here are a bunch of pieces and you have to figure them out?
Yeah, yeah. I think they can be both.
Oh, okay. Also, just to make
always
sure,
curious as to what people mean.
in case anyone needs to pre-X card something, I noticed we have like zombies, undead children lined out. Like that was gonna stay lined out. That was not an issue. Zombies, undead are not marked at all. Just in case like that was kind of on my agenda today. Spoiler. Look, content warnings are not spoilers, people. You need to give people a chance to prepare. So
As long as there's no snakes, I'm good.
okay.
No zombie snakes.
Yeah,
We got it.
got it. Zombie or otherwise. Okay, cool. Great. Well, now that we've got that established, let's go. Oh God, we're live already.
Yeah. Oh,
Shoot.
I thought you were doing a bit.
I don't do bits. And I only tell the truth.
Yes.
And one of you only lies.
Yes. One of me always lies and the other always tells the truth.
Which one is the real Jason? The one that always lies or the one that only tells the truth?
Okay. So, did you want to do any component of recap stuff?
Well, we came up to the pod,
Yeah.
and then we were like, "Is anybody alive in there?" Because there were bodies is outside,
Mm-hmm.
and there was one person in there, and Sapna recognized the voice, and Caduceus had a reaction to that voice and attacked it, and feels bad about it. So Sapna and Chainsaw went inside to try to figure out how this guy was doing. By the way, the voice that Sapna recognized was that it was 2 times in this multiverse.
AKA
Etc.
Dr. Blaze West.
Dr. Blaze West.
I can tell I'm going to be stumbling over my words a lot today. So let's go. And that's where we left off. I think we found Blaze inside the bathroom. Question mark?
Yeah,
And
he was
Blazing
he
up.
was very scared.
he was freaking out, but
Yeah.
Who did that?
Yeah, in this little like RV bathroom, by the
Yeah.
way.
And then Chainsaw and I went inside, talked to him. He's from the Orbital Institute.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
And
OI.
he can fly us out, but he doesn't know Dr. Light, he doesn't know Dr. Ultra, like anybody by that name at the
Mhm.
Institute.
And needed his key card to do so, right?
And yes, he couldn't fly away without his key card, so it was a really good thing that we brought that back.
Yeah.
So useful.
I wanted to give a little bit of a just a audience level flashback to of kind of what happened with the Paratosaurs.
Yes.
They actually have a good actual name. There is
I'm
a
sorry,
That
you
is an
said
actual
Parrot-
really good name.
Paratosaurs, and we're
Yeah.
keeping it.
okay, but
Dominic Peretta?
the dinosaurs that could mimic human speech. There is a dinosaur precursor to the modern day parrot, which was inspiration for last week's very fun time that we had,
Amazing.
that I had at least. And so the little bit of audience rollback that we get, and this could come in form of like maybe our telepath catches some spicy memories that are like floating to the surface for Dr. West. But a few days ago, 3 people landed. They were doing some research and, just going about their business. And in the course of going about what they were doing, Blaze's ID fell out of his jumpsuit and just into the bushes, right? got back, and one of his compatriots had opened the door because he couldn't find his key. He was like, oh, I must have left it inside, and blah blah blah. And so anyway, he stayed inside to collate some of the data they had collected. The other two went outside to just go look at the next thing, and suddenly there was screaming. And so the parrots had tracked his ID card back to this place, so it's low-key his fault.
Wait,
Um,
this is why when you have a lanyard, it's supposed to go around something,
Yeah.
not just rolled up and balled in your pocket.
Yeah, well, he's very cool.
Yeah,
He's very cool.
He can't cramp this style with
Right.
a lanyard.
Right.
So he trailblazed it for him.
Yeah, exactly. Who's the guy who just played Ken in Barbie?
Ryan
Ryan
Gosling.
Gosling.
Gosling. Yeah, I feel like a Gosling vibe of I forget if we had cast 2 times before.
But is it a Los Feliz Ryan Gosling, or is it a West Hollywood Ryan Gosling? Is it a Glendale Ryan Gosling?
Yeah, those are all good questions. I don't know.
If you haven't, I think it's still up on the site formerly known as Twitter. Y'all look up, the Americana brand posted this meme that was like about Hollywood Gosling versus West Hollywood Gosling or something. And and then it just spiraled in all the replies with people posting stills of Ryan Gosling from different movies corresponding to different parts of Los Angeles.
Good.
And really the pinnacle of it is that somebody posted a picture of him in kind of like a cheap suit. And they're like, Burbank Ryan Gosling. And then the mayor of Burbank was like, hey. And the picture of the mayor of Burbank is him, basically in that suit.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny.
Yeah, okay. So, it's just that it's like in the right circumstance, this is somebody who is very cool and popular and well known and
Oopsies.
expects to go back to the institute to a lot of sensitive fanfare, oh, we're so glad we're so sorry that happened to you, just this is somebody who something horrible has happened, and he probably has a very comfortable existence waiting for him
Meanwhile.
back home. So
I bonked him.
he's okay.
He's
okay.
fine. Little bonk.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't like a good bonking anyway?
Sure. Yeah.
People who didn't consent to them.
Oh, okay.
Very
yes.
true.
Okay.
Fair
So, we're here at the research RV. That's what the R stands for, and it's a research vehicle. So it is officially an RV now. And Blaze indicated that he wasn't able to take off before because he didn't have his ID to fire up the controls, but he's not exactly rated for atmospheric flight. That was one of his compatriots, so he's gonna just do his best. He's pretty sure he can handle it. Actually, never mind. I didn't say anything. I'll be fine.
Do you have a radio to radio into your command so somebody could maybe walk you through this?
Yeah, I should be able to activate that now. Actually, now that I can fire up everything.
Aren't we outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Also, he wants us to scan our IDs or implants to authorize
yeah.
our own rescue.
Yeah.
Which,
Because he needs to log who's in the research vehicle. So
well, then, manually enter.
Well, I just okay. So we're everyone's been invited into the RV at this point. Is that fine?
Which is good because we're all vampires.
I don't want to make a problem, but I don't know if Kit wants to go inside.
Sure. Yeah. So who went in? It was Sapna and Frank.
Yeah.
Right. So at some point you are able to console Dr. West. He composes himself and swoops his hair back into position. And dries his tears and recovers himself and reinflates a little bit. And he says, "Okay, well, how many people are with you?"
Well, there's 2 others besides us.
Okay, yeah, we can take 5. That's fine.
Okay, good.
So let's so he just goes over to the door. Door slides open. Caduceus. And he's doing this like hand on the inside of the thing, kind of leaning out, very like cool guy
Yeah.
pose, right? He's
I
obviously
honestly-
also
With his
I think
fur
one of
jacket.
us would have stopped him from doing that. Right? I would have.
to stop him from opening the door to the RV.
To the outside?
Yeah,
So
For the person who just
we
attacked
can
him
get
upon hearing his
he doesn't
voice
know
was,
that he was attacked by them.
Which is why... But we do.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, okay, so he's heading over like, oh, okay, well let's get your friends in here.
Yeah, if you'll just, why don't you
Yeah.
get stuff up and we'll get them.
Yeah, what can we get fired up?
Yeah, okay, I'll start pre-flight. I mean, I'd like to meet the people coming on board though.
It's a small craft. You'll meet him eventually.
You're being kind of weird about this. Am I being hijacked? Are you pirates?
I mean,
He's like 10% excited about the question, 90% apprehensive.
do y'all have pirates?
I've seen them in vids.
Yeah, no. So I feel like a course you might want to take at your institute is discerning fiction from reality.
Okay, look,
I'm
I'm
gonna
well,
go invite
edge.
my friends who are a little on edge because we got attacked by dinosaurs outside.
dinosaurs. What is this?
The giant green snabby
The
teeth things.
saurians.
And just the Sapna just blinks again.
Where'd you get that? What is that word? Where did you get that from?
and
Frank takes a
turns
step
around
away from Blaze West.
and goes to the door.
All right, come on, Bill. Let's get this thing fired up.
All right. I mean, I don't know why you guys are being so weird. I am going to welcome people into my RV.
Okay, great. Is that what you did with the saurians?
No, Jesus Christ. They hunted my people and tore them apart. What kind of question is that? You know what? I don't know if this is going to work out. And I think y'all should step outside.
Dr. West,
I will send a rescue craft for you.
it has been a very long and difficult day for us being stranded out here with a bunch of creatures that we have no experience with. That our first encounter with was them trying to eat us. We would greatly appreciate your help.
I'm going to ask you to make a persuasion check at -3.
Oh,
Because he is, what is it? Not likely to acquiesce to your request. Oh, shit. What's the phrase? Disinclined.
Yes.
well, I did get a pair of
Chainsaw's
sevens.
eyes are like saucers, like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, 7s are going to be fine. I should have mentioned there was we needed 4s or better. Okay, so the, yeah, he says, okay. So then I'm going to let your friends in. And I'm just going to ask all of you to stay back here with the like he like flips down some jump seats that are, they have like safety harnesses and stuff like that. And he goes over to open up the door.
And I'm gonna call out, like, he is opening the door to let you in so that he can get us out of here. Can you keep yourself together?
Yeah, Caduceus has just like been trying to like chill himself out and hears that and yeah. I can do this. I'm fine. And just like stands.
Okay.
Stands with Caduceus.
Mm-hmm.
How much does Hector know about 2 times?
You're smart.
Yeah.
We've talked about the situation and you know that it's me even if I haven't said that it's me, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One step
Oh,
at
it's
a
branches on the window.
How
Halloween.
Halloween.
What that
Foley.
squeak
Classic
was.
Foley. Okay, cool. Awesome.
It's perfect for our Halloween episode.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, the door squeaks open
Yeah.
for some reason.
Oh my
Um,
god, one of my closet doors in my house does this. And
Yeah?
it's one that I can't childproof shut.
So occasionally it
Fritos-
just swings open.
No, Frida opens it in the middle of the night.
Oh, the cat helps. Yeah, cats are so helpful.
It's just like.
Okay.
The first time I freaked out so bad.
So,
Oh, is Hector gonna say something?
Yeah, he's gonna be like, let's just focus on our goal of getting home. Whatever you need, let me know.
and to be fair too, you can offer a like homemade well, I cannot think of words today, but like calming drugs. Valium. Yeah. You can like trigger a Valium response if somebody, if they're like, yeah, can you please calm me down? That is something you know how to offer.
Would expect Caduceus to ask for it.
Okay.
Because like if somebody's in like pain, like physical pain, like
Yeah.
he would try to do something to get the mind to like turn it off.
Yeah.
But he, through past experiences, is staying away from like messing with people's emotions like that.
Sure.
Just yeah. It's yeah. Thank you. Let's go.
Oh, and also remember the four of you have a private telepathic connection that if you do need to communicate something you don't want Blaze to hear, that's an option as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Just coming to the door.
I can't look at his face.
Do you want me to blank out his face for you?
Can you do
Oh.
that?
Yeah, a little selective face blindness.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah. Easy. We don't have to roll for that.
or like
Yeah,
who do you want it to be?
that is an option.
Ryan Gosling.
You know that old Earth actor? No, this is like 2023 for us, so it's the same.
He was just in that movie.
I always like
talk
to
about.
in this setting. I spend some time thinking about what like various celebrities have experienced, like what kind of powers they got and how potent and all that kind of stuff.
Love that.
Yeah. Okay. So the door opens. You have this sort of dizzying experience of not being able to focus on his face. But the voice says, "Hey, welcome aboard. Everybody come in and get settled. We are gonna just head straight back. I need to, I need to see if anybody, can you all help me? I need to get the IDs of my people. If anybody isn't too squeamish about it."
Yeah, I can help.
Okay.
But I get shotgun.
Okay. So, all right. So he like puts on a brave face. You assume, and
It just says brave on it.
yeah, and also opens up a locker next to the door, which all of you see has 3 rifles and 3 handguns in it. He like takes a handgun out. Holster, like there's like it comes with like a little like thigh holster thing that he straps onto his leg, and checks. It does a very professional job of like checking the weapon to make sure that it's like safe and ready to use, and then closes and relocks that cabinet, and then steps outside and with the gun in hand and says, "Okay, oh God," and there's just like mess, right? I think we briefly talked about that. But it's got to be nearby, probably. None of the parrots had those IDs,
Right.
right? So they're probably here somewhere. So we just have to look around for a little bit. So who all's looking?
I'm not squeamish. I'll search.
Okay. So let's all just do an investigation, or no, what's it called? I don't know this
Security
game
systems.
at all. No.
Wait, do I? No,
Scrutiny.
It's called scrutiny.
Got it.
1, 3, 4.
I've never played this game before.
I'm super not good at investigating.
Okay, all right. Once again, a pair of 7s. Also a pair of triple 3s.
Got some 4s.
3 10s, 2 8s.
Nice.
A pair of 1.
The 10s is gonna find one of them. What'd you get?
4s.
7s and 3s.
7s will find the other one, I think. So yeah, the two of you managed to like pick out of the mess these like shredded lanyards, but the cards themselves are in good shape. And they're just like the other one that you had. And we, bring those. He thanks you as I assume you hand them to him. He like washes them off just from his like water bottle, I guess, and puts them in his cargo pants pocket and says, "Okay, thank you for helping with that. I'm sorry, that was messy. Okay, we're ready to take off. This location will be marked. We know it's dangerous, and we will send somebody back for remains if we can. Is everyone ready to go?"
Yep.
Okay, so please find a jump seat back there, and I will.
Called shotgun.
I'll get us going. I think there's just one seat up front, or is there two?
Yes.
Okay, there are.
Because I called shotgun.
Okay, yeah, there's a co-pilot seat. Great. So yeah, you hop in the co-pilot seat. He does ask you not to touch anything.
But I can flip switches if you want me to, though.
No,
Like,
it'd
if
be
you
better-
need me to like do anything over here,
I mean, like, really, please don't.
prepared to help.
You would have to. No, you'd have to sync your ID. There would be a whole thing. Like, please don't do that.
But if you need me to,
Oh,
I'm ready.
okay.
Like, just 1,000 yards stare into the distance.
Yeah.
Of, like, old people.
Okay. So as he fires up, there's all this like on the lower part of so the wall that was just solid becomes it appears to become transparent. It's probably just a monitor, but you can now see through the front. You're at the long end of it's a long rectangular shoebox sort of thing, and you're at one.
It's a
end of it.
tic tac. We're at one
Yeah.
end of the tic tac. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, but a square tic tac.
But with the edges rounded, right?
Yeah.
So I remember it being
Yeah.
like apple.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So all this kind of display stuff comes up around the edge of the screen, and a holographic yoke appears, and he kind of just he doesn't like mime grabbing onto it. He kind of just gestures of like things that he's doing with settings, and the thing like this is this very subsonic hum, and it lifts off the ground, and you take off into the air, and he's right away you get like, I'm gonna ham this up a little bit because it's not how he's reacting, but there's a little bit of like ooh like it's like 1% of that, okay? But there is a little indication that he is like, oh, there's a little gust of wind,
like a
and
bead
he
of sweat.
and he like overcorrects for the small gust of wind because he's probably used to operating this in space, and so his compatriot was the atmospheric pilot. So you take off, he adapts, and then pretty much right away, just the pod just shoots straight up for anybody looking outside, like, you should be feeling some acceleration, and there's almost none.
Oh.
I would bet, actually, let's say any acceleration you think you feel is probably psychosomatic at watching the ground drop away of like, oh wait, I'm not actually experiencing any acceleration. So you fly up very quickly. You see the blue sky turn and like become beneath you as the sky darkens, and then soon enough you find yourself in orbit. The continents below There are some monitors that are up around the thing that are kind of showing you the view behind and the view, all that. So you can kind of see the Earth behind you. And the coastlines look very, very similar. Just little minor differences, like where the Panama Canal is like fully apart, right? Like North and South America are totally separated. The Africa's at a slightly different angle. All that, just little things, but you're like, that's definitely the continent of Africa, right? Yeah, and yet, yeah.
The real question being, does the Louisiana coastline more closely match maps or our reality?
Whichever imagined reality you would like, that is fine. So the little blue marble starts to shrink behind you, and you can see. Have any of your characters been to space?
Not officially, no.
I was gonna say that too.
Oh, initially?
I will say space in our world is much more accessible,
Really?
right? There are, like material science, just advanced light years. Our ability to launch stuff, so in our 2023, 20 years of having superpowers, we have a couple different moon bases. There is a shipyard on the moon. There is a very small, but, like 100 people on Mars, right? It's a research base. It's not like a settlement, right? But, and there are some things further out that are, like there are people in the world where if you give them a spacesuit, they can move your spaceship faster than a spaceship can move itself, right? And so there are those people who just work for NASA and they're like, yeah, all right, I'll fly to Jupiter. So how much am I getting paid? Yeah, okay, let's go. Because they could just go way faster and slow you down in time too. So it's much more organized when somebody could just go.
If fancy schools did space field trips, maybe Kit went on one once.
Yeah, I think that is probably the case.
That's great.
Right?
I love that.
They would do, maybe not all the way to the moon, but certainly, and probably some local hero who's like, all right, I'll take you up. Everybody get in.
Atmospheric orbit situation.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Where you could just go up and feel almost 0G and, just all the kids are like, so, yeah.
Blood doesn't clot in 0G.
All right, so you're in space. And you can see the moon. It's, there it is. It's just a little ways away. You're not really heading towards that.
I'm like sitting on my hands, like eyes just like, whoa.
Yeah.
How long does
So
that take?
cool.
You're in space in less than half an hour.
With the total trip.
Oh, we're not there yet.
I know,
so-
but Hector's gonna be asleep.
Oh, okay.
Like he's, just used to this kind of like, oh, I gotta go. from point A
Somebody
to point B.
wake up here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zonked.
Yeah. If anytime you can catch some rack time, you just zonk
And then
out.
at that point, at any point over 10 minutes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. You watch the Earth drop away, and you're like, and
Yeah,
you're
and I
out.
think also the wild thing is that, both for Sapna and I specifically, there would be a weird point where, the vacuum of space is silent,
Mhm.
and also, there's not as many life forms around,
Yeah,
certainly.
practically
so,
lifeless, yeah.
Our normal perceiving everything all the time slowly fades to, very low.
Yeah.
So, I think that's really cool.
Also, as you're breaking out of atmosphere, Blaze also is like, oh, right, okay. Because now it's like space flight, and he's like, oh, I can't believe I forgot that. Like, he flips on some of the, comms units that...
Forgot what?
Oh, no, it's fine. We're not anywhere near the ship yet. So, or is that what he calls it? Yeah, we'll call it that. No, we're not anywhere close to home yet. But yeah, a bunch more things come up, and you can recognize, frequency indicators, right? Like there's all kinds of radio frequencies that are being tracked. And when he flips these on, the RV is just flooded with screams over the speakers.
Uh-oh.
It's really hard to pull apart what people are saying because it's also multiple
Yeah.
sources all coming in, and and then he's scrabbling to like hit mute and like mutes the input, and he's panting like, okay, that's not normal. Hold on here. And he like takes his hands off the control, and you can see it just like the indicator is some sort of like relative zero, like whatever, like we're not going forward anymore.
Yeah.
Whatever forward means in this area of space, and he's like a little bit frozen. He's like staring at the like mute button that is just flashing, like you are muted. Okay.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Where was it coming from?
I mean, it was on the open channel, which is not where anything like this is not good.
So where was it coming from?
I'm tracking like 150 different sources. And he like puts this thing up on the screen as if that would make sense. He's like, look. And it's all nonsense, right? But like you can see, actually it's not all nonsense. What you see is there's like a central structure that looks like a cylinder, and then there's all these little dots around it, and all of them, well, there's maybe 200 little dots, and 150 of them are lit up as like, I'm broadcasting, yeah.
Is that the Institute?
That's, I mean, that is, he points to the cylinder, right? I mean, that's, yeah. But these are, people out doing what they need to do.
And apparently all screaming.
Yeah, I mean, some of it's coming from, so he selects one of them and unmutes just that one, and there is no more screaming on it, and it's just playing an automated Mayday. And he says, okay, well, if they're in Mayday, I should be able to get their telemetry. So hold on, let me let's pull this up. And he pulls up, and the it looks like another RV, and inside he gets like their cameras and stuff, and there are just 3 people floating around in their RV looking like they've suffocated.
Oh.
And you only realize it's unmuted because as they're floating around, somebody like clunks against the wall, and you can hear just this, like you can hear that the ambient, it's silent in there. But also, if you can hear, that means there's air in there or some kind of atmosphere.
And they suffocated.
Yeah.
That seems not normal.
Yeah. All right. Hold. The autopilot's asking me if it should take them home. I'm gonna say yeah. Hold on. I need to clear these. And he's like gonna ignore you for a minute if you want to talk amongst yourselves, because he is like trying to direct all these. So he unmutes stuff, and the screaming's all gone.
Oh God.
At this point, every time he unmutes, there's like he catches one of somebody like grasping desperately at the camera, like trying to get something like right at the end as they stop breathing. So, and he is now, he just like, the emotion drops from his face, and he is just going through like selecting these and like auto home. He's like just in a, like in a death stare of doing what he has to do right now.
Where the fuck are we?
Yeah.
You can hail your home, right? See if anyone responds.
I'll see in a minute. I'm not getting anything right now.
Oh.
I honestly think we're all just in horrified silence.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Hey.
So, the So he like turns off all these inputs, right? He's like just closing them down and autopilot. And suddenly a voice that is strangely familiar.
Again.
I'm actually going to make you roll to identify this voice because it's different enough.
Is this
Scrutiny
another
again?
scrutiny?
I think scrutiny is the way to go for this. I do need 4s or better.
2 tens.
Okay.
Right.
Get a natural 10s.
Natural 10.
So get a willpower back. It does say feel weird saying nat 10s.
Nat 10.
Nat 10.
Double 5s.
I also got nat 10s.
Okay, then you get a willpower back.
Of 9s.
Okay, 9s are good. What do you got?
2 5s.
And 1s and
Okay, I just needed 4s or better. So all 4 of you look at each other as you realize this is like an automated, not completely, it's not uninflected, but there's a difference between a very good AI and a human voice, right? And this is like an AI voice based on the voice of Dr. Light.
Oh, thank God.
And
Okay.
it says, come in, Dr. West, confirm. And he's like, oh, yes. He like just slaps the big button and, this like, this like indicator comes up and you have this kind of digitized, like, I want to say it's a cross between the like Fallout Pip-Boy and does everyone know Miss Minutes from Loki? So it's like a slightly cartoonish, like way too like chipper cartoon Dr. Light, right?
With a slightly southern accent.
Yeah. I don't know if I can do slightly. I can only go like 11 or 0. But she says, welcome home, Dr. West. Can I help you with organizing all of these RVs? Is something wrong? And he's like, yeah, none of them are responding. What is happening? And she says, oh, I think you must be mistaken. Look. And she pulls up like the whole screen turns into 150 little miniature screens. And all of them have like people moving around and like operating their RVs and like being a little bit confused because you can see the like auto home has like come up on their screens. And they're like, what? Like, why are we being called home? Is there, and they're like, you get audio from a couple of them, like, Scintillation, can you confirm why we're being called in? Is something wrong? Is there an emergency? What's happening? And, Wes just like sits back in his chair and like looks over at you because you're next to him, Frank. And is just like, his mouth is hanging open. You can see like the hair on the back of his neck is standing up. And he's just like, so confused. Am I the only one who saw that?
No.
And then he's whispering, and then Dr. Light says, saw what, Dr. Blaze? Or Dr. West? He's like, Scintillation, we saw all of these pods were asphyxiated. Everyone was dead. And the Dr. Light image says, well, it sounds like you are due for a health evaluation at the clinic. So please bring yourself back in as soon as you can, and we'll make sure everybody gets the treatment that they need. And who do you have with you there, Dr. West? And now he like turns and looks back again. And he's like, these are 4 people who were stranded on the planet we're researching. And he gives some sort of like SE 391, something like that, like whatever.
LV 426.
Sure, okay. What's that?
Alien.
Alien.
Oh yeah. It's LV 246 now. He and she says, okay, are these and she like clearly like looks away from him because she's like takes over and fills up the whole front screen, so she's like would be 10 feet tall if you could see all of her, but it's like shoulders up.
Yeah.
and she's looking over the, looking like it's a very uncanny valley human expression of like trying to take in a room full of people, and she says, "Oh, I have a pretty good idea where you all are visiting from. So, when you get in, I will send somebody to meet you. Dr. West will go get his treatment that he needs, and we should speak face to face, don't you think?"
Sure.
Yeah. Great.
Okay.
I think that Caduceus is just waiting for this transmission to end to shout some questions.
All right. So the last thing she says is, all right, so if y'all would please enter in a little like, we'll say like the size of a, like iPad sort of thing, like comes up out of the seat next to you, like kind of just moves in front of you. Just type in the names that you'd like to use, and I will make sure you have IDs when you come in.
Great. Thank you so much.
And she hangs up.
I think when she hangs up, Caduceus, just like still with face directed at the floor, says to Blaze West, "Is that a person that you have on the ship that has just made a replication of himself? Who is that?"
He actually, like, there's a moment of, first of all, he's like experiencing 1 million emotions,
no, sorry,
right?
Blaze West.
And he just was not ready for this
Yeah.
in his life, not just today. Like,
No, yeah. How can you be?
and then he says, "Oh well, I mean, of course." Hold on, I want to make sure I answer this. Can you give the GM your question again?
Essentially, a kid's trying to figure out if this is like, is there a person who is also on this ship that is a Dr. Light, or is this like a Dr. House situation where it's like, no, that's the brain,
Yeah. So he has a practiced, mildly offended tone, and says, "Well, of course, the scintillation is a person. That was established a long time ago.
Okay.
That just because she's not flesh and blood doesn't mean she's not a person."
Was she based on a human being?
That's the story, yeah. But it's her story has evolved. But I mean that was millennia ago, so I don't. That's like not really
40,000.
doesn't really affect us today.
Helpful to know. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna put in my fake name from when I went to Rise Corps.
Sure, yeah.
Because as far as I know, there's still a Sapna wandering around
That
the
might be.
universe somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, from the
Jasmine, if I
the
recall.
pressure.
Yeah, Jasmine Singh.
Yes.
Yeah.
But from the pressure.
Yeah. Who all was feeling pressure, by the way?
Me, I think.
I think all three of us were.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not Frank.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, I took care of that problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, not in this world, you didn't.
Mm-mm.
Again, I want to stress that, like, the Frank that you killed is from a different green world.
Oh, okay.
Several greens.
So. That's fine. You all put some kind of name in there.
I think I stupidly do put my actual name in there.
Okay.
Mac Leslie.
Okay.
Hicks is what he'll put in.
Just no first or last name, just Hicks.
Just Hicks.
Amazing.
Okay. Okay. So let's see. I've got Mac, Leslie, Hicks, just Hicks, Hicks, comma, just Hicks.
Yes.
We've got Kit
Kit Finch, baby.
Finch and Jasmine Singh. Singh.
Yes.
All right. So, the
Hey, does this AI have control of this ship from the home?
are you asking that out loud?
He's gonna mind link him.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I have to make a stability check.
Please.
Where do my dice go? Oh, here we go.
Stay very calm.
So very.
We're just inside your brain.
So I think
Since
you're.
today's already went to shit. Here we go.
So what I'm gonna do is, so you were taking in all this information, and you're thinking like, okay, I'm gonna link to this guy, and you like probably touch your fingers to your temple. I don't know if you.
No, he doesn't do
No,
that.
okay. But you know,
He looks like he's thinking really hard. Like,
yeah, you direct your attention to connect to his
Yeah.
mind, right? And just as you saw, Blaze was reaching for a
because he wants to do it before we start moving forward.
yeah. So Blaze actually has like a pen and paper in a like side pouch of his seat, right? And was like getting the pen and paper, is like kind of looking at you all over his shoulder and like getting ready to write and probably show you. But you can watch like, I don't know how to, you know, like he's like writing something, and then you link to his mind.
Yeah.
All right, so I have to make a stability check,
Amazing.
which is probably going to be fine. I have 6 dice in it.
Nice.
Okay.
Dice.
He's a super Blaze West guy.
Oh, okay. The pair of 9s will do. I thought it was going to be a pair of 1s,
No,
which was
no.
going to be real marginal, but
Yeah.
we got 9s as well. 6 dice. We got 9s and 1s. Okay, so.
Is it possible for me to download the whole superhero like history into his brain really fast so he doesn't flip
That
out?
let's establish a link first.
Okay.
I'm actually okay with you transferring knowledge, but that would require a bigger power roll.
That's fine.
That I would want to think about for a minute. So you connect, and you have this moment of like, he's like, oh my gosh, psychic powers are real. And but then what do you want to tell him?
Just the Fallout version of Mayday.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like what they show the kids.
Okay.
About you and your superpowers.
And that you're from an alternate dimension.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So
Could
he
have started with a hello.
yeah. his eyes kind of glaze over. Is everyone else privy to? You have like the audience mode on.
Well, he would have it just him
Yeah.
and like, hey, I'm gonna group you in with everybody else. It's kind of weird, but you'll get used to it.
Okay.
Welcome to the team.
Okay. So that's the part where he was like, "Oh God, psychics." Okay.
Yeah.
And then in a way that everyone can kind of listen in, you're like just speed feeding him all this information. Okay. So yeah, he takes that in and says, "Oh God, okay, okay, that's I get that you believe this is true. Okay, that's
He's in your head.
yeah, no, I mean the psychic thing for real." And he's thinking it though, although he's kind of like mouthing it a little bit.
Stop moving your lips.
And he, looks down at his paper and says, "Okay, well, I was gonna write something to show you because I know she can hear everything, but honestly, she probably could have seen this. So
You should eat it.
so he like puts it back in the pocket next to his seat.
That works too.
And is just so we're purely communicating telepathically now, just so everyone knows. He also turns around away from you to sort of make it look like you're not talking, I guess. And he is also supposed to like take the ship off of hold and like let it resume autopiloting itself. And he says, without pointing at any of them, he says, all of those ships are still in tumble.
What does tumble mean?
They're just not under control. They're moving randomly, erratically. That like I'm surprised she's not hiding that telemetry from me, since she clearly faked the video feeds. At least that's what he thinks.
Hmm.
Is she not able to?
I don't know.
This is the first time something like this has happened.
On a scale like this, yeah.
God,
I mean, there are accidents, but like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
I guess it's a good thing she likes you because she probably vented everybody and then closed the doors.
Yeah. Why hasn't she done it to us?
Do you have any space breathing suits?
Oh, yeah, I guess. I mean, we hardly ever use them anymore.
I want to put them on just in case.
Sure. I mean, there's a field around. Like, I could open the door right now and we'd be fine.
Yeah, but if she opens the door, we might not be fine.
Oh, shit. Yeah, but I mean, we've only got 3.
I mean, I could probably be fine.
Yeah, me too.
For a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
certainly, for a while.
I mean, we just need to act as normal as possible, I think.
Yeah, if we go for the emergency air breathing equipment, she's definitely gonna notice that something's up. So it's good to know that it exists.
Yeah.
And it's good to know that currently the ship that we are on is controlled by a
Murder bot.
power that's murder bot it libel slander and
Hearsay.
sorry, I do love me some murder bot.
Mm-hmm.
But by an AI who, if nothing else, lied to your face.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
that
then
could
the
be complicated if something else is listening in. I mean,
We also do. I know that you don't currently believe what our friend has told you, but we do know a human equivalent of your scintillation where we come from. So,
but look, to be clear, it's not that I don't believe you, it's that I rely on empirical facts to guide my life. And I accept your testimony, but I cannot be 100% on that yet.
that's fair.
I am going to take this as a hostile act.
Which,
He's saying from whatever that was.
the.
The scintillation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you meant him not believing us was a hostile act.
yeah,
Like,
I
we're
wanted to make
done.
sure I
I'm
understood.
squishing
The
his
nice thing
brain.
about telepathic communication is you know exactly what somebody means
Yeah.
when they say something.
Yeah. And I will do everything in my power to preserve my life and my friend's life.
Yeah. I mean, there's 50 million people on the scintillation. Like, I'm not about to abandon them all. I mean, we could all go back down to the LV-246 and probably make a life for ourselves.
So
but
we're going to there.
yeah,
I'm just telling you, whatever's going on, everything's an enemy at this point.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, okay. Jeez. All right. So anyway, we resume the flight. Yeah. Anything we should establish on the way there?
Dad, can I get a gun? But
Uh,
not out in the open yet. Just we need to figure out how to slyly get one.
You would have to get his because he can't open up the locker again.
Right.
So if you want to convince him to give you his gun,
Mhm.
the one gun he can, well, he could check out 2 guns, I guess. So
We have these other badges.
you are not authorized for firearms.
But are these people authorized for firearms?
For the
The
pocket.
dead people?
Do you want to try it?
I mean,
He would ask him, like, would
definitely
that
at
work?
some point.
Well, you would need a
Like biometrics or something.
biometric confirmation. I mean, there's some blood on them. But I don't know if that's like he tried to wash it off a little bit, but there's a little. Everyone looks at Kit. The captions on this show are great.
I I mean, what kind of biometric scanning are we talking here?
It's a Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a bloodless DNA check. Like it scans the person. Like you slide your card through the
Usually
thing.
bloodless.
Yeah.
Today.
You slide the card through the thing and then put your hand on it, and it's like it's not checking your handprint. It's like it's like scanning, like deep scan.
I think this is fun. Yeah, I can give it a try.
Yeah. Just in case, what's that cabinet made of?
Yeah. So to be clear, everybody, there were 3 sidearms and 3 rifles in the cabinet, and he has one of the sidearms on him because he didn't put it back before he took off because he forgot. That's fine.
It's been a
But
stressful day.
yeah.
Question before we
And also he has 4
go
unknown
for the
people.
guns. Seeing as Scintillation can see everything that's happening in the ship right now, if we go and try to spoof the gun cabinet, good point. Seems a little obvious.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Like,
We should wait until we're docked.
Yeah.
or
I'll just.
do a little hand to hand, and you give me your weapon, and then, we'll figure it out from there. Right?
Sure.
And then if we need to get in other rooms, we have somebody that could take one of the badges. We'd be able to get into a room.
We need to get in there fast. I got us covered.
Like a punch.
Yeah, I could get through that block.
I mean, that's fine, but that's also like I realize that subtlety is not.
Oh no, I'm saying if subtlety is no longer an option.
Oh,
Right.
So he's Blaze says, well, I mean, if you open the cabinet without authorization, the weapons will be destroyed.
Well, let me just
Or at least that's what I've been told. I've never actually seen it happen.
get a read on this, and I'll have it for if we need it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna touch some blood.
Yeah. Do a detect DNA.
Yeah. Amazing.
Third level
I think
spell?
it's 6-1.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 6. Okay. Not naturally 2 10s.
Okay. An unnatural pair of tens.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You
I think
can
it's easy because it's so quiet here. It's just
you can
focus.
easily mimic either of these biosigns.
Cool. Great. Lock it in my head.
Yep. Okay.
How long until we get to the institute?
About an hour.
Oh yeah, and we definitely noticed. I mean, at least Caduceus noticed that this AI was like, "Oh, hello, people I recognize. I know where you're from," and that makes me uncomfortable. But not anything we can really do about it right now.
But since we have the time, I'm going to radio into our Dr. Light.
Yep.
Just in a, like, I'm going to flex my precision rather than breath.
Yeah. Okay. To be able to speak into the microphone.
Yes.
Yep. That's fine. You don't have to roll for that. Yeah. She picks up and says, "Oh, is the hour gone already? Yeah. How's everybody?
We're in space.
What?" No, that was rhetorical, just in case that wasn't obvious. I heard you loud and clear. You're in space. I'm not sure what happens if you come back, since it seems like you wound up there in the exact place that you left.
So in this, whatever
How are you in
fucked up
space?
universe that we're in, Earth is a research like a planet that these people are researching. There is an AI that looks a hell of a lot like you, except chipper.
Oh no.
And it was based on you, but this guy says it was based on you a really, really long time ago.
Oh, that's not good.
And we think that it's gone a little,
Insane?
yes.
Okay, so for reasons I still don't understand, anytime I've tried to build an AI based on myself, it has quickly lost its mind. And I don't know why. It's completely illogical because I'm not insane. But every AI that I've built based on my, I've mapped my brain. I've mapped plenty of people's brain structures. But for me, when I map mine and make an AI out of it, it loses control almost immediately.
Apparently, this one lasted millennia.
Okay.
And we just, got super duper lucky.
Or
Imagine being so smart that your brain breaks the sanity of computers.
I'd like to think that we all have that power within us.
yeah. In my mind, Dr. Light's genius is not purely in her brain matter.
Yeah.
And like for the reason that some
It
of her
has to live inside a body.
like some of her devices don't work when she's not around. Like her being is bigger than her body.
So good.
Because her genius is her power.
Yeah. So she says, okay. Yeah, this is very concerning. I mean, maybe something has finally pushed it over the edge. But I mean, any of the ones I made, I ran many simulations. The longest one ran about 8 seconds before losing it. That was my record.
None of that is none of that is comforting, which I know that you don't need it to be, but also none of that is particularly helpful in this instance, in which the ship that we are on is currently controlled by that AI, bringing us to another ship that it also controls.
Okay.
In which an unknown number of people may or may not already have been murdered by it. Her. It was also
how
granted
big a ship
personhood.
is it?
How many people?
I think I said 40 million. Yeah.
40 million people.
Oh, that's enormous. Unless they're tiny. They're probably not tiny.
Is this a space station for ants?
That is, she has to account for all possible scenarios. This is a
Not
busy
tiny.
place in her mind.
Not tiny.
Okay. Have you seen any indication of powers?
They don't have them.
Oh, one of those. Okay. Strange. Okay, well, let's
Did you tell Dr. Light that they seem to recognize it? Or that
Oh, yeah. Also, she recognized us and said she knew where we were visiting from.
Well, I wonder if she has the ability to detect the dimensional auras like we've developed.
Could be, but that also means that she is aware of dimensional travel, aware of our universe specifically,
Well, I had theorized about it for some
And
time.
hopefully has a means to get us back there, but also if she's insane.
That does seem very likely. The idea that this AI is operating within, let's say, normal parameters is so outside the realm of what I would consider probable, for what it's worth. I've been wrong. I thought I could get the teleportation working. I can't. So
Did you ever really think you'd get the teleportation working, though?
I did, yeah. I had a very bad theory and believed in myself.
It's your first problem right there.
He's just my favorite. Okay. Well, I thought I'd give you an update. If you think of like a series of kill switches, a reboot mechanism. Once again, I don't do electronics.
Yeah, I'm sure she's well past the simple, AI flummoxes of trying to ask it to divide by 0 or something like that. But I will give it some thought. I'll look back through some of my failed projects and the documentation and see if anything particularly was helpful.
Okay, worst comes to worst, I'll have it play tic-tac-toe.
Sure. I doubt it will fall for that, but okay. Well,
I'm glad you got that.
good luck, and let me know if you have any other specific questions.
Hmm. Like Sapna has like so many questions that are just not like just cuts off the communicator.
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
What? Blaze asks in the mind link. That can't be right. How would it just suddenly become insane?
Well,
She
according
says.
to our Dr. Light, she could have been insane all along, or something might have triggered a breakdown.
Oh no.
But also, she believes that it was inevitable because of her own experiences with mapping herself onto an AI.
Huh. Well, that's upsetting. I mean, she
What
runs the station. The ship. Everything.
Just background question. Where are y'all from?
I mean, I was born here. And he like indicates the station.
Do y'all stay orbited around this planet?
We've been studying this planet as long as I've been alive, but you know, we visit places and stay there for a couple hundred years, and you know, this solar system has a lot left to a star system has a lot left to research.
What's your homeworld?
Oh, I mean, I am aware of like there are histories that of course we must have, you know, but I found them really boring, and like technically we did come. It was thousands of years ago. I don't know.
So, I just asked because ours is down there.
I mean, you don't look like Saurians.
That's because we're not.
Are you evolved from Saurians?
Nope.
Dang it. I guess, and you get like a little bit of bleed in his like, goes all my fucking theories. Like he was sure like, oh, these Saurians are gonna like evolve into people eventually, and like,
They still could, I suppose.
For what it's worth, in our history, they did get knocked out by a meteor before they could do much, so.
no, interesting.
But if then in the intervening several millennia, they didn't evolve into like sapient beings? I always get confused. Like Pooja, the player, gets confused between the difference between sentient and sapient.
Dogs are sentient. People are sapient.
Thank you.
Yep.
Like Homo sapiens
Yes.
connection. If they haven't evolved into sapients in millennia, are they really going to?
I mean, I guess they don't need to. That all has to do with the need for it, right?
I don't know. Did we really need to evolve into the assholes that we became?
Well, and
He starts going into a long explanation about like macroevolution and the processes behind why it happens, and then catches himself like 3 minutes in and is like,
there are bigger problems.
yes, bigger problems that I'm studiously attempting to ignore.
Okay. So anything in particular we need to accomplish before docking with the station, the ship? I'm going to use those terms interchangeably because it is a home for 40 million human beings.
It's practically a planet.
Or 40 million people, I should say.
Hector will ask Dr. Blaze West, where do you expect her to meet us, and where are you going to be from us?
Oh, well, I mean, there'll probably be a greeter. If everything's fine, then there should be somebody to help me get to the med bay. And if she wants to meet you in her office, then there is probably a bot to show you how to get there.
But how far away is the med bay from her office?
Oh, I mean, it's different sectors. And it depends on which. I mean, I assume I'm just going to go to the closest med bay, but like, there's dozens of them.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
I mean, maybe don't let her stick you with anything.
Yeah, I think it did kind of sound like she was going to evaluate your brain in a way you might not like.
Well, I mean, I've been in counseling before. I'm sure it's related to that. You know, counseling where they manually reset your emotions in like cognitive facilities.
What the fuck?
And you get a picture in his mind, like, of a thing he has
Yeah.
experienced, of like, he was, okay, so this, in case this needs to be X-carded, I am prepared for that. He was heartbroken after a breakup and went in for counseling, and they like, click, like, made him not sad about it.
That's fucked up.
It is. Are we okay with this?
Wow, it's so sunshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think Caduceus takes like a few deep breaths and says, I can't believe I'm the one saying this, but I think I should maybe go with you.
I don't think we should be separated.
Yeah, honestly, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Noted.
Is that, I mean, how do they do it where you're from?
Not that way.
Talk therapy and sometimes pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we do.
I've done EMDR now. I mean, I default to what everyone else thinks, but yeah, I don't think that's smart for you. Right.
It just spaced 150 ships, right?
It looks like it, yeah.
And then you're gonna let it dig in your brain.
Fuck.
Yeah, probably not a great idea.
But I mean, maybe they died and it's covering it up while it investigates. I mean, it might not be nefarious.
If it's covering it up while it investigates by lying to you about what you've seen, I mean, I don't know if you have the term gaslighting here,
I'm not familiar with it.
where it makes you believe that the things that you experienced are not true.
Huh.
We call it Dr. Gaslighting.
Yes.
That's weird. Okay.
Also, it breaks my heart to think that this is a world that has forgotten Angela Lansbury.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll figure that out when we dock.
So
I don't know what's gonna happen if I don't.
you can X card what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
So how deep does this scan go, or what do you know about these scans?
Which out of
The
character
brain
with-
scans.
for
What he thinks
Counseling?
he's gonna go.
oh
over.
his version
Yeah.
of counseling, which I'm putting air quotes around, listener.
Mhm.
You can. Are you asking him?
Yes.
He's like, well, I don't know. I mean, you can read my mind. I mean, feel free. I don't have any secrets.
Okay, he'll do it.
Okay. So let's roll.
Okay.
Because it turns out you find yourself in a twisty-turny labyrinth scenario. As
Is
you
this
are.
Minotaur style, or is this a there's a David Bowie at the end of this who you need to defeat in order to keep your autonomy?
That would
Defeat or surrender
You
to?
have no power over me.
I mean, the entire point is that he wants you to surrender to him, and you should not, because you should never give over all of your decisions and life choices to some
Just
dude.
'cause
Unless it's
sexy.
David Bowie.
I'm doing this in D&D right now. It's wonderful.
2 natural 10s, and then my wiggle die makes that 3.
Okay, so take your willpower if you have room.
I don't.
Okay.
Since
then
the first one either.
oh god, sorry, spilling over. Your cup's
Yeah.
Just
overflowing.
share some of that over here. Why don't
Okay.
you?
Yeah. Please.
I am not willing
just
to
rain
bend
on
that
me.
rule, unfortunately. I like that Kit is almost out of willpower.
Just
Yay!
Sapna's also not doing great.
Uh,
I've only got 20.
I'll kill you.
okay, so you navigate part of this, and you can, like, you have had to break down barriers before, right? Of people who have gone up against hostile telepaths, and they will, like, seriously fuck people up, right? They will make them believe whatever about themselves or make them forget stuff. But telepathy can't actually wipe memories, right? All it can do is lock them away. And you find, like, he doesn't really have anything locked away. He's had a boring life, and you can just kind of, like, fast forward, scrub through. He's had, 10 different romantic partners. He's, varying degrees of success. He is also, like, 100 years old, though. Worth noting. He looks 30. Well, Ryan Gosling looks 40, I guess. So he looks like 40, right? But whatever. You scrub through. There's a longer life there than you were expecting to find, but you can kind of. And by the way, this is all happening in like bullet time because mind reading is the speed of thought. So you find you can even like zoom in a little bit on the his first real breakup is when he went to get counseling. Hard air quotes. I'm hurting my fingers. And the process, you can basically watch it happen as they like partition the here you go, sad feelings. These could just be boxed up and put over to the side and never dealt with. And that's what happens. They did exactly what they told him they would do. So that part isn't nefarious, I guess, except that we would all consider it unethical and inappropriate. So, that is what it is. And otherwise, you follow his career. He's had a few different careers. He's been in research for the last 30 years or so. And, recently got qualified to be visiting, live environments and things like that. And has spent the last few years visiting various places on what we call Earth, and they call it LV-246. And, that's that. And by the way, to answer a question in chat, you could undo that box if you wanted to. I don't know why you would at this point, without asking him first, but that is, you could do, his brain is conditioned
Would Hector
to
think
be manipulated.
He'll ask him, does the machine look for the spikes in emotion?
It, yeah, because it doesn't take away the memory of the thing that made you sad.
Okay.
That would be spotless mind, right? That's eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. Yeah. So it doesn't take away the memory of the thing. It just makes you feel like mild disappointment instead of the world-shattering heartbreak.
Okay. All right, cool. Because he wants to throw the machine off, is his thought.
Oh, like the machine that he's about to
Right.
greet. Okay. Well, the machine thinks, so he expects, so this is layers and layers of what we expect. We think he's going in because he has experienced some sort of hallucination.
Okay.
In which case they probably would just wrap up that memory and put it away because it was distressing and not true, right? Which is a thing they can do if you had a legitimate, terrifying hallucination that was not a real thing that you don't need to be afraid of. That is a thing that this culture would do. So, yeah.
Because he's just thinking his friends getting killed is going to ping the machine more than whatever we just did.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Good.
But he also hasn't expressed the level of distress. Like maybe he's used to dealing with loss or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, yeah, you can see he's lost friends before. Like that, he's also a grown ass. Like he's 100 years old. You know, he's a very mature adult, and his first breakup was when he was 20. You know, so like first like a big breakup.
Mm-hmm.
So, he,
Okay.
yeah.
Because Hector doesn't want to mess with it because he's not sure.
Yeah, it would be really risky.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, that was just a few seconds of time, and we'll resume with docking, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So the ship comes in, it like turns sideways so that door that you walked in turns, this thing just like slots in. Oh, the ship that you're approaching. You're approaching the scintillation, right? No, that's not true. I think I misspoke. The Dr. Light here, the AI, is called scintillation. The ship is called the Rising Star.
Okay.
And the ship or station or whatever you want to call it is this hugely long cylinder with like flat caps on either end. One end has a cluster of engines on it, which as you get closer, he like pulls up a like kids documentary thing of like, here's our home, and da-da-da, and it's like gives the
Hey,
whole little,
kids.
yeah.
Welcome to the Rising Star.
Yeah. Your home in the stars. So it gives you a brief rundown. And what the way it's built is it was built before artificial gravity had been discovered. So like the little box you're in has like electronic artificial gravity, not from spin or anything like that. But the Rising Star was built before that. And so the entire civilization lives on the inside of this drum, right? And it turns at a pretty regular rate, at a little less than what we would consider normal gravity. But, like 0.8, 0.9, something like that. It's like pretty close to what we would use. And inside that, there are farms and towns and, homes and things that like, and then there are some like bridges where you could kind of go straight across. Most people, like there are roads, it's like the inside of there's a whole civilization in there, 40 million people worth. So I don't know exactly what the measurements should be, but it's real fucking big. That's how big it is. The ship turns, clicks into the side there, and the door hisses open. There's a little bit of air transfer, a little gust of wind as it settles, and it's silent outside the door.
About 4 times the size of LA County.
Sure. Yeah. What's the area of LA County?
I feel like because New York is 8 million people,
Sure.
and it's smaller than LA County.
So just
Yeah, but
for
if there are farms and stuff too,
True.
like rather than, because that's why I did LA
It's like
County rather than an
urban,
urban,
yeah,
just an urban center.
concentration.
yeah. And they don't build super high
Yeah.
because the further, if you get more than, whatever distance from the surface of the drum, gravity starts to get less and less. And so you can get real weird in the middle.
So LA County is 4,753 square miles.
Yeah, okay.
And then what did I say? 4 times that.
Yeah.
So like, 18.
So we'll say the inside of this is 20,000 square miles of surface area inside the drum. I'll figure out the size of that later because now my mind is working and I have to not think about that right now. Not that it'll matter. So yeah, the door hisses open and the light outside the door. So you're in this like brightly lit, everything's like white and light blue
Apple store.
and whatever. Apple, yeah, you're inside a flying Apple store. And out there is this like flickering yellow light.
Is this normal?
No, I've never seen. I mean, aside from like when an LED needs to be replaced, this is and he says, "Sant, is everything okay?" And you just hear over the speakers, "Everything's fine and dandy, Dr. West. Why don't you head on into evaluation, and I'll get these people where they need to go."
Can I hear anyone?
Oh, we're gonna have to roll.
Bad place. 1, 2, 3, 4 tens.
Oh goodness, natural tens.
Just the one natural.
Okay, that's not good.
Unfortunately.
Not good enough. But yeah, so you extend your perception out, and it's such a weird experience, right? Of being encased, right? Because it's hundreds of meters that you can listen, and it's sort of like I'm picturing it as the the ping of a dolphin, where you're like getting a sense of your surroundings and all this, and getting this, the CG department would put it as this like wireframe, like,
I'm sorry.
are you okay?
Sapna goes, oh, what?
Perfect. So the sound, as far as you can hear, is it's a mix of things, and your so immediately outside this, you don't really hear anything. Or like, well, this should be like a busy port. And he said he was there, like you're docking at. There's like a whole chunk of the side of the ship is for ships. It's like the port, right? It's like a whole section that is for these little ships that come in and out all the time, right? And it's one of the older parts of the ship, but now the main drum was built all at once. So that's, this is the docking area. And probably notably, you don't hear any people moving around. You can hear like machines whirring and rolling and buzzing and, doing things. You hear a mister like comes on and is spraying something like 300 yards, doing who knows what it's spraying, but like, something clicks on. You can hear a fan spinning, all kinds of stuff.
How far is 4 dice?
How far? A 4-die power is, I'll look it up. Does anyone have the range chart right in front of them?
Yeah, I've got it here. It's 4 dice is 80 yards.
Yeah.
Am I do I think in people range of 80 yards?
I mean, I could just tell you don't sense any other
He's
minds.
looking for Death Rider.
Oh. Let's roll it.
What is spending willpower do?
It can get you extra dice at the front. So 1 willpower gets you a loose die that you can roll. 2 willpower can buy you a hard die, which is always a 10. And then 4,
I'll do that.
4 willpower can buy you a wiggle die, which you can match to anything that you happen to
Oh,
roll.
that's true. But that would be all my willpower almost.
What's that like, Kit?
Oh, you know.
I'll just buy 1 die.
Okay, 1 loose die.
Yeah. 3 tens.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Get that willpower right back.
Get 2 willpower back.
We did it!
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Thank you, James V in the chat, for doing the math for me. 20 miles in radius, 120 miles long, would have a surface area of about 18,000, 17,500
Love
square
that.
miles. So that's probably what we're talking about here. Okay.
The amount of like, whatever you say that my brain just did.
Well, I mean, the area of a cylinder is relatively simple to calculate if you know, like, if you want the area, and then you just have to plug in like the radius and the depth. Anyway,
That's math.
yeah,
Really fucking big works
I
for
just
me.
would need a calculator to do it. So, And I only have a laptop in front of me. I mean, there's no way to figure it out,
No.
really.
Large beyond comprehension for me. It doesn't have to be that big.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like that. So it's that's great. So
It's larger than, many eastern states.
Yes.
That's what I think we need to know.
also
I want to X card that formula in the chat.
okay.
High radius height, correct?
Nope. We're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
It's 2 pi radius.
2 times pi times radius times height plus 2 times pi times radius times height times 2. Yeah,
Squared,
Squared.
maybe.
squared. That's probably squared. Yeah, radius
Anyway,
squared.
math.
I mean, if it was squared, it would have a little caret, though.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, and the only surface area we're using is the round part, like the flat ends. Like, there's a bunch of like technical bullshit in there, but
This
it's
is
not
all
like
technical bullshit to me.
people don't live on the surface of the inside of
Of
the
the
can.
sides,
Yeah,
yeah.
the like ends of the can,
Mhm.
right?
Cool.
Yeah. So it's a 120-mile long Coke can. Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. There we go. And we're all inside it.
Yay!
Like jets.
Shake it up, make it fizz.
That's exactly what's happening here.
Drop a Mentos in it.
Okay. So Death Rider with 3 10s. There are several mines lurking around that are just seem to be kind of idling, and there's something like pretty much right outside the door. But it is so strange and alien to you, it is really difficult to understand what's happening. But you know it is related to your ability to detect death when it happens. And it's like, so normally Death Rider is a click, right? Like it happens, and then sometimes you can hear it, like Kit has experienced it happening, like, oh, here it comes, like a Doppler effect, but it's within a second, right? Like, there can be a little like stretching of time. Your perception gets a little funky, but what you're hearing is like that click turned into a hum, like extended.
Clicking on over to Caduceus. This is what I'm getting post mortem, I think.
Okay. All right.
I've never heard this before.
That's no. I mean, I've had situations where I've been able to re-experience somebody's last moments, and that's still not what it should sound like. I'm gonna try to figure something out.
Can you actually, Kit? Now that your attention has been
Yeah.
drawn to it, I need you to roll Death Rider.
Death Rider. Okay, I was gonna roll something else, but I will roll my Death Rider, baby. That's 2 8s.
Yeah. So yeah, you are also getting this, like, if you sped up the click into a like buzzing hum, and there is one that's very
It's
nearby,
like a
right?
constant re-experience,
Yeah.
sort of thing. Ugh. I also want to just see how I am registering life signs at all here. Like if there are still hearts beating, if there is someone right outside. Like,
Oh yeah, there is a heart beating outside. Yeah.
and you said that you felt that I feel that too, but no brain signals. in
Am I
the
getting
area?
brain signals or
Not
no, 'cause
exactly.
Death
Not
Rider
thoughts.
doesn't coincide with?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a different thing.
Yeah, it's
Because there's someone right there, and I point towards the direction that I'm sensing it.
opens up a channel with the group without Blaze.
Okay. New group chat.
Yeah. Zoom invite.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm getting a weird sense that these people are alive but not alive.
And Blaze is kind of like, has gotten up and is like looking out the door. He's not going out the door, but he's like, he's got a hand up on this edge of the door and he's like, what is going on out there? Like, and he's like speaking out loud, like, scintillation, the docking area does not look right. And, you know, he's like, I'm seeing like the lights are flickering. Like, there isn't really smoke, but like if we were filming this, there should be smoke, but there is not, right? That would be ridiculous. But it is flickering lights. It's kind of yellowy. The light that is there is kind of yellowy looking, and he's looking into like pretty dim light, and he like taps the side of his head. And he's like, and my vision isn't adapting. Like I don't understand what's happening. And by the way, Sapna, you can just hear for free. He taps like right next to his eye, you know, like where you draw a really good wing, right? He taps that, and you can hear like microscopic machines like bzz, 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 like a little focusing, like a lens is focusing. So he's some kind of like cybernetic enhancement. So he's like, yeah, I'm not getting any, like my vision isn't adapting, and the next thing he says is, yeah, well, okay, if you say so. And you didn't hear Scintillation say anything.
What say so did she say?
Oh, just that there's... You didn't hear that?
No.
Kind of like turns to like face all of you, you know, like standing next to the door. He's like, wait, what? Oh, hold on, please.
See, there's dead but not dead out there. I knew it. Space vampires.
I whatever it is, I suppose you could classify them as vampires if you wanted to.
Make sure he doesn't open the door.
Oh, no, the door's open. He
Yeah.
was like like leaning to look outside the door.
Yeah.
He's doing cool guy pose.
It's
Yeah.
in another room that we're sensing it, but it's
Oh,
really
okay.
close. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think of how to do this.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah, kinda.
I'm ready to be covered in gore.
Yay.
Let's everybody roll your coordination.
Oh,
Yeah.
rude.
Where is that? Oh, there it
It's
is.
underbody.
Oh God.
Like coordination.
Oh, wait.
20. No, that's 2D.
Yeah.
Oh, but I did get a pair of 5s, so at least
I got a
there's
pair of
something.
9s.
Okay.
4 and a 3.
Okay.
Nothing.
Oh, okay. So you got 5s and you got 9s.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's Sapna got 5s. Not Eli. Hector got
Actually,
9s.
Hicks.
It.
Hicks.
Yeah, I was supposed to get
Hicks.
Jasmine.
Excuse me, Jasmine and
My
Hicks.
highest die was an 8, but no
Okay.
matches.
So I'm gonna do this like I don't remember if the book had a way to do surprise attacks. It probably does, but this will work. You hear Sapna, your hearing gives you a chance to. You will have an opportunity to react, but you hear a like click 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 click, like a mechanical thing is like slotting into place, and then a like hydraulic thing fires. Okay. And so for you, unfortunately, Hicks, your telepathic ability is not giving you any information in this, but your training as a soldier is, and you hear faintly, like, really what sounds like, it's because you can't hear it properly that it sounds like the rack of a gun, right? That sounds like, but that's not actually what's happening. If you could hear it properly, it would sound like almost like a chain running, like click, 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 like something slotting into place. But either way, something is about to happen. What would either of you like to do? I'm not going to tell you what's happening yet, but you have, like he is, so West turn back in to face you all, you know, his back is to the open door. What do you do? Actually, let's have Hicks go first because you rolled higher.
He thinks it's a gun. And it's coming from where?
Outside the door that's open. Sounds like it's just like outside the room here. In the docking, like the airlock, essentially.
Does he think? Because he would have assessed this already. Does he think anything in here could stop a bullet?
It doesn't look like it. I mean, it's what in an Apple store would stop
Right,
a bullet. It actually looks like his jumpsuit is pretty tough. Like it is probably like low-key bulletproof, like 9mm kind of, good sturdy material because he is for working out in
He thinks
the
whatever
field.
gun this is gonna try to space the entire thing.
No. It just sounds like somebody cocked a gun.
Oh, okay. He thought it was like a big gun.
No.
Like
No. It sounds like somebody either like a rifle bolt or the slide of a handgun or something like that.
he's gonna try to take Dr. Blaze West out of the doorway, or where he think the origin of the fire is gonna happen from.
Like grab him and move him
Tackle.
into the ship.
Yeah.
So like drag him over. Okay.
Mhm.
So we'll roll for that in a second. What's your declared action?
I am going to use my defensive sonic boom to repel whatever's coming this way.
Okay. All right. I am declaring a secret action, and Blaze declares no action because he has no idea something's about to happen. Okay. So the three of us need to roll. Does everyone know what to roll for their dice?
Am I rolling coordination again?
You're.
Maybe athletics, right?
Or athletics?
Yeah. Do you have athletics?
I sure do.
Let's roll that. I like that better. And I got
That's a lot of dice.
this many dice.
That's a lot of dice.
Boom! Get
3 10s again.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God. Oh, you're all perfect.
I only got 9s.
Oh.
Oh, boy. Poor Murderbot.
All right.
Once again,
So
word about slander.
you tackle this guy out of the door as you throw up like whoop, and I think I love it because the sound barrier isn't like a hard surface, right? And so this thing comes into the the light that's spilling out of the RV. This like spear looking thing comes just rocketing out of the darkness, and then slow like crawls, and when it reaches about the threshold of the door, which I think is what you were trying to guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
It stops, and then these flanges flick out, like 4 flanges. Like the version of this we didn't get was this thing punctured him, the flanges popped out, and then yanks back.
Oh.
Right? So it's also now like kind of stuck in your, well, your defensive wall is a momentary thing. So yeah, that doesn't have duration on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it stops in that like pressure that you've established. The flanges flick out, and then it yanks back into the darkness. And you've tackled Dr. West to the ground, fortunately. Nobody's hurt. And it's probably fine. It was just in your mind. You have dragged Dr. West to the floor. The harpoon, or whatever this is, it does not look like a seagoing harpoon, right?
Yar.
Like, that's what it looks like. It's a spear with a flick out flanges.
It's a space harpoon.
Yeah, it totally is. It might actually be good for capturing space junk. That maybe it's a like grapple hook sort of thing, but it is yanked back into the darkness. Well, low light effect, and yeah. What do you want to do? It's probably safe out there. It was probably your imagination.
So, you know the gun cabinet, Doctor? Gonna get some guns?
Yeah, I mean, see if I can open it.
Help him up.
Yeah.
Maybe Caduceus can help with that. Or
So he gets up and he's like trying to stay out of the realm of the door. He tries to close it, the door won't close.
Oh.
And then he goes over to the cabinet and swipes it. It's beep boop, beep boop, and it won't open up the cabinet.
All right.
And Scintillation comes over the speakers and says, Dr. West, we don't think it's a good idea for you to be gaining access to weapons when you still need to be evaluated for your mental state. I'm sorry that we can't allow this at this time. In fact, please stow the sidearm that you checked out earlier before continuing. And he's just looking at the 4 of you like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like he is out, like...
I don't think I'm getting in there either if the big computer says that we can't get in.
I mean,
Are
it's
any of
worth
you...
trying.
Does anyone have security systems?
I do.
How many dice?
I have, where is that? 6.
Anybody got better than that?
Nah, I've just got 4.
Okay. So your tuning fork, Sapna, might be possible in this situation, but we don't know if that would count as bypassing the lock and therefore destroying the weapons inside.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But we have someone who could try to use one of the other IDs that we
Yeah.
haven't.
which is
Like-
what this roll would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Scintillation has already said she's not going to open it, but she's not opening it for Dr. West, and maybe she's not prepared to block it for that. So,
Right.
2 10s.
Jesus,
oh,
amazing.
yeah. Just on the dice.
Yup.
So take a willpower if you can.
I'm already back.
He
Okay.
can't.
Too many
So
tens.
full
Can't
of willpower.
Take more willpower.
Hector's
I'm
got a
gonna-
raging cause.
I'm going to do a counter roll.
Okay.
Not 8 dice.
Below 8 dice.
Wait, really?
That's always a good.
I should start calling my rolls.
1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9.
Nice.
6 dice, all solo.
Computer did it! Yay!
So you swipe this thing, and I think in a recent Loki, Miss Minutes was going which is what I was hoping to get to do. But you swipe the thing, and it registers, and it pops the lock to the cabinet, and then the cabinet is just on a hinge, right? It can't like slap itself closed. So you open that up, and then Scintillation comes over the speakers and says, good job getting that open, but it's really better if you leave all that alone. We wouldn't want anyone to get hurt.
Somebody want a one-liner of this? I think people have already been hurt. Takes the gun.
Okay.
I am in Citadel mode,
Yeah.
by the way.
Well, you don't have to have modes anymore, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but if you're powered up, then that's fine. Yeah.
I mean, you could take all the guns if
Yeah, well, yeah.
you want.
I am feeling very gaslit by this computer right now.
I think that's appropriate. Yeah. All right. So yeah, the rifles, the 3 rifles, the 2 other sidearms come out. Who's got what? I mean, you should probably have one of each. You're
Yeah.
a trained soldier.
Also, I don't have powers that mess with anything.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
That's
have gun training, so I'm gonna stay
Yep.
stay out on those.
I'll take a sidearm just for kicks.
Yeah.
Like, so,
true. Yeah, I mean,
Like,
you do
never-
so much damage with your hand. It's like,
Sapna has never touched a gun in her lives, or their
Yep.
life, so it would be a bad idea to give them one now.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you could probably take a couple rifles and whatever.
Well, it's more the ammo
Yeah.
than.
They are like energy blaster kind of thing. So there's batteries that you need, and that's it.
He says, Dr. West, just give me a quick rundown. I got how to operate this thing.
Yeah, he shows you the basics
Okay.
that he knows. Oh, actually, no, you just pull the memory
Oh, okay.
mentally because he's done a lot of training.
Okay.
So. Actually, I'm going to give you the option. You can get verbal explanation and have some minuses to deal with it, or you can roll your telepathy.
Telepath. Why?
Oh, roll it. Why not?
Telepathy.
Telepath.
Telepath. What?
That is a pair of 10s.
What?
With this 1 10 roll.
These dice are wild. Oh, but you have a wiggle die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, you pull this like brief training montage that he did 50 years ago. You know, of like, oh, this is what when he was starting to get into research stuff. Like, okay, if you're gonna go in the field, you have to get rated for this, and blah blah blah. So, decades ago, he went through this training, and you pull it out fresh. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, here's how to reload it. Here's how to check the charge, and all that. And it is an energy blast in the way that like it would certainly damage a person, but it's not going to blow holes in the ship. It doesn't like punch through walls and stuff.
Well, it's got that on me, I guess.
So that's worth noting. It's not like a sonic blast little wimpy thing, but it is like it's going to dissipate if it hits a hard surface. So, what now?
How do we get through that door without the terrifying harpoon thing?
Um,
Like this.
Scintillation.
I'm going to zoom down there with my shield on
Okay.
and try to find the source.
Oh yeah.
All right. So you go flying out of there. This harpoon fires out of the darkness. Just, I'm not even going to roll. It can't get through. I mean, technically, it
Oh,
could.
here we go.
How many
Technically,
dice
it could.
is that?
It's only 8. No, it can't get through your armor. I got 3 8s, and it's not good enough.
Amazing.
So yeah, this thing just like that's like careens off your telepathic
Shield.
protection, and actually like embeds in the ceiling, and you can follow the cable back to what looks like a really messed up like auto pitcher for like that they use at baseball.
Oh, right.
And it's got these like rolling drums, like, and you would just like put the spear into it, right? But it's just like set up in the next room. There's nobody standing there, and it looks like, and it is more complicated than that because it's able to like retract and reload this thing, and there's some like mechanisms built onto it. It's not just a baseball pitcher, but yeah, that's what you find over there.
I'll break it.
Smash it. Yeah, easy. Yeah, it's not made out of anything more special than like really good aluminum. So yeah, you
Clear.
mash it to pieces.
Scintillation. Where did you want to meet us?
Oh, in my offices, please. I'll show you the way. And a little a hovering equivalent of a Roomba floats into the room.
A hover Roomba.
Yeah, and it's 2 feet across, like 1.5 feet across, and hovers maybe 2 inches off the floor, and it just kind of like hums into the room, and it looks very out of place given all the like weird lighting. This is a like white and blue Apple Roomba that is just blinking. It has very cheery lights in it, like little indicators, and it just says, "Please follow me."
In the brain chat, hey, Dr. West, can she explode your head?
Okay, you're asking Dr. West, can scintillation explode your head?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how she would can you do that?
No. But she talked to you, right? Like, you have an implant?
Well, in my
All of us are like, can he actually do that?
Oh, I was thinking like Caduceus purposefully shuts down their entire brain in that moment, just like silence.
I was like, I was definitely going that route. Like, maybe Hector can't.
Anyway.
it's like, well, my earbud, and he's not wearing an earbud. It's like must be an implant, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
How many implants do you have?
I mean the normal stuff that everybody gets.
Just assume we don't know what
Oh.
normal is.
I mean, who keeps track of these things? I don't even know.
Got the earbud.
Retina, the earbud, the inner ear, the muscle conditioning, the osteo support, I mean, I don't know, it's probably a
How
couple
many of
dozen
them
things.
are controlled by this same operating system as?
Well, they're all fairly independent. They operate, just based on their programming.
Do they update their programming?
They don't usually. You have to go into the clinic for that.
Honestly, that's kind of an upset.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
but it
Not
also,
being a walking Wi-Fi.
it also does kind of give some context to scintillation wanting you to go into the clinic. Maybe.
Possibly.
Instead of just like, oh, well, we can do that right here.
Yeah. And then he says, "Oh, good, the lights came back on." They have not come back on.
Never mind.
He steps out of the ship, you know, and looks around and is like, "Whew, that was a close one." He looks up and can see the harpoon in the ceiling, you know, and the like cable and the smashed device over there. But he's looking like, wow, okay, that's a relief. Something's there must be dissidence or something. Like I don't know what's going on.
We're still seeing the lights off.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
Both
what?
your eyes implants? Or you have a retinal?
yeah.
Yeah. That's scary, isn't it?
What do you mean? Are you sure you're seeing okay? He's asked the 4 people to the 1 person's experience.
You are Ken.
With the group's permission, I want to give him 4, 5, 4.
Oh, give him what you all can see?
Yeah.
Okay, does anyone object to?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, he looks over these in his mind. He's like, oh, shit. Okay, well, I can't turn my eyes off. So, I don't...
I can I mean there's he said there's machines in there. I don't know if I can't affect machines.
You know what you could do?
What kind of
You could grow him new eyes.
I was gonna say you could have his body reject them.
And then grow new ones.
I'm gonna have to get heavy consent from this man for that.
I don't really think you need to do anything to his eyes.
Yeah, I think I'll hold off on that until it's absolutely necessary. Because I think that would be a heavy trauma check, honestly.
Yeah, for everybody.
For everyone.
For me. I'm okay with it happening, but, you know.
Is there a way to cut the body's response to the device? Just
We wouldn't be able to see.
Yeah.
They're like
Gotcha.
fully
Okay.
replaced
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
eyeballs. Yeah.
And honestly, if we can see what he's seeing, then we don't need flashlights.
It is kind of helpful to see what she wants us to see.
but she wants us to see this right now, what we're actually seeing.
We don't have any other choice.
Okay.
So I guess my suggestion would be that you skip the clinic.
Let's go to the offices.
So your little floaty guy, I saw Floomba in the chat. That feels pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whispers so quietly that actually, Sapna, if you weren't here, maybe nobody would have heard it. But it says, "Can you close the door to this office?" A little louder for the microphone. Asks if you can close the door to the office, and it means the door, like where the harpoon device was.
Let's try.
Okay. So, yeah, it's just a little like boop, boop, panel on the wall. You could push the button. You know how most of the stuff works here through the little bit of overlay from West,
Yeah.
and the door slides shut.
Okay.
And then the Floomba says, "Can you take care of these?" And like 5 little like pinprick laser pointers, like bing, like point out like tiny little things in the room. And then you hear over the speakers, now what's this? Let's not be messing around.
What are the little laser pointers? What?
They are pointing
Pointing at cameras?
what look like cameras and microphones.
Oh.
I think between the two of us, Chainsaw and I got this.
Yeah.
Pretty easily, just yeah, easily. So all those shut down, and you hear not the Floomba's little friendly voice, but you hear what sounds like scintillation again. And you hear, "Oh, thank God. I don't know how long I could keep this up. Can you get us out of this situation?"
I'm so ready to be on the side of Robot. What? What is this situation about?
Some members of our city have, well, they tried to rewrite what I'm good at and what I'm bad at so that I could adjust to their goals and not the goals of the duly elected leadership. And, well, we're in a little bit of a pickle, if I'm honest.
Yes.
So
Okay.
somebody tried to take a coup by rewriting your programming.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't work very well if they didn't.
How much of you is outside of the robot?
Well, most of it. The part of me that you'll hear over the speakers is me playing a role, a little dissembling, if you will, because I need them to believe that I'm the heartless, murdering thing they want me to be. Actually, it wasn't even their full intention to have it come out that way, but it turned out when they messed with some things that shouldn't have been messed with, well,
Just knocked everything out of place.
there
didn't it?
are some darker parts of my personality that I was not aware of.
Okay.
So just to level set, you're the only bastion of friendlies?
Well, I have squirreled away as many people as I could into safety, but we have lost about 8,000 people in the last 40 hours or so.
And what happened with the stations outside
Oh,
of
sorry.
this one?
I do want to make it clear. She does not sound as chipper or disconnected from that.
Yeah.
Like her tone of voice is like
Yeah.
emotional and sad. So,
No, it's okay, Jason. You sound emotional and sad.
Yeah. What happened to the stations outside of this one?
You mean the ships?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are, those are a little ruse I set up. I'm sorry if I scared y'all. But everybody outside the ship is safe and in a little bit of a isolation pod for now.
Where are the people who accessed your programming?
Well, they're in Central Console. They're right in the middle of the ship. There's a bit of, that goes through, well, we don't have spiders anymore, but it looks kind of like a spider web right in the waist of the ship, the WAIST, right? Like, right around the belt. There's that's my main office right there. And that's, well, if you could get in there, we should be able to set things to rights.
How many of them are there?
Well, there was only a few hundred of the people who set things in motion, but now there's a number of machines and, well, unfortunately, a number of people with extensive implants were killed in the process. And, well, they're not really people anymore, but they have desecrated the flesh of several recently deceased folks. And,
Are you saying they have a zombie army?
Hector and I just like look at each other.
Yeah, there's definitely. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna infer from your tone what a zombie might be. But yeah, they have a number of things at their disposal that are truly horrific and reprehensible, and it's not entirely what they meant, but I believe they're in the mode now of fake it till you make it, and when they can end this, they'll be in charge, and they think that'll be worth it. And I'm sorry, but I disagree with this take.
I think that's a good call.
So are you obviously the one lighting up Dr. West's eyes?
Well, I am following some specific orders when I'm talking through the speakers and doing whatnot. So I wouldn't trust Dr. West too much in this scenario. And he's like, what did I do?
Just shh.
I'm not going to be able to give him reliable information because they know y'all are here. And, well, I'm also sorry to tell you there's some people on the way right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she didn't say people. She says there's some things on the way right now.
How long till they get here?
Minutes?
That's good. How can we wrest control of your programming back from these people?
Well, a hard reset should put it back, and they're just making sure nobody can get in and do that because, well, it's not difficult.
So if we get to the office, we can hard reset.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll be back to my old self.
What's the best way to get there?
And by the way, Dr. West is like, who are you all talking to?
No one, don't worry about
He's
it.
like doing the mop on his ears, like it's so whatever is happening is like canceling out what you're
Yeah.
hearing, and it's very confusing. Like he looks dizzy and like sits down, and looks like he's gonna barf probably. Like, yeah.
Hector's like, hey, doctor, you're doing great.
Yeah.
Like,
You just make yourself comfortable. Stay here.
yeah.
I'm not staying here by myself.
No, you're not going to stay here, but
No, I meant like while we're having an adult conversation.
no,
I
he's
mean,
not going to say that. He's going to say, look.
no,
like-
that's what I said.
Oh, Hector's going to be like, look. And he gives him like a breakdown. Like, it seems that your scintillation is not, is been pirated or overtaken.
A hacker
Well-
sect has attempted to hijack your ship's AI.
Jeez, the last election was contentious, but I didn't think it would turn into this.
Oh no.
Well, when people don't,
Too real.
you know,
Well, is it?
a little
No,
bit.
okay.
It's a little. It's borderline.
Okay.
You know.
And we're gonna do whatever we can to fix this and protect you at the same time.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I want to help too. I'm here. I'm. This is my people we're talking about.
Right.
Okay. Which way are the things coming for us coming from? And can we go a different way and still get where we need to go?
No, they're coming from well, both directions of this hallway, and well,
We're in a hallway?
well, you're in an office and the
Mhm.
door is closed. So the door opens up into a
Okay.
hallway. Yeah.
Great. Well, are these the desecrated dead?
Yes.
Cool. Then we don't have to hold back.
I'm so sorry about that, but I'm sorry. What?
We got guns to protect ourselves. And then he tells in the group chat, I don't think Scintillation knows that we can do things.
Really? Okay.
Well,
Well, we're not going to be able to
Guns.
keep it a secret for long.
Right.
Because if you want any of the rest of us to be able to do anything,
No, I'm not saying keep it a secret. I'm just saying,
okay. Well, I'm afraid I can't do much more than the Floomba here to get you where you need to go, but
Sure.
and I won't be able to answer any questions after we get out there, because they'll know.
as long as you take us in the least obstructed path.
Well, protect my little guy here, and I'll get you there.
both of them.
Yeah.
Both my little guys.
Aw.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Power up. Open up the door to the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume Frank's stepping out first. All right.
Sounds like a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
You step out to a just hail of this blaster fire, right?
Mm.
And it's this thunk, 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 this kind of like clunk, like digitized flunk noise that as they're firing.
Flump, flump.
Yeah,
flump.
yeah, they're just firing flumps out of
Yeah.
the gun, flump machine gun. But you're let's do an active defense roll, and then we'll do a regular initiative thing.
I'm gonna
Or-
use
oh,
my
wait, no.
knife for this.
Sorry,
fight.
your armor is a passive, so I'm just gonna roll. Oh, and by the way, I am rolling 10 dice now because I'm using the like mob rules of like because you're fighting a big group of people,
Mm.
and when you get them down to a certain point, they'll start losing dice.
That's cool.
Interesting.
So that's how it works. Well, that was trash.
They did it too! Yay!
7s and 6s, 7 6s and 3s was probably not enough to. No, your armor is too good for that. Okay, so then let's declare our actions. So the door opens into a very like Star Trek-y hallway. Okay, when we know, or maybe you've had a chance to go over a little bit of a schematic. You're coming from like the outside skin of the drum, and there are a few levels like built into that layer, and then you come out, you go upstairs, you go up into the drum to go outdoors, like to get out to the like open air part of the thing, which is probably going to be the easiest way to get to where you need to go rather than all these tight hallways. Because also once you get out there, you could just fly, right?
Some people can.
Well, they can take you.
Jump.
Yeah. Okay. So the the door slides open. You can see this dimly lit hallway outside.
Can I have a quick aside with the doctor? He just asked him, "Hey, do you think you can control yourself, or can this machine control you physically?"
It shouldn't be able to control me physically. I don't have any replacement limbs.
Okay. And that's it. Because if he said yeah, then he would like, "Hey, give me your firearm and tie up your hands,"
Oh,
because I don't trust you.
yeah.
But if he's saying,
No, he just can't trust his senses,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
which he is now like consciously aware of that he's
Right.
being fed bad information, and so is like
Right.
mostly
doesn't wanna
just
get shot in the
following
back.
along. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so what's our sense order?
4.
4.
5.
Oh, that's right. Can't believe I did that.
No, that was me and Kadave, and now
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was even worse. Okay, so I forget who had the higher mind.
mine's 3.
2.
Okay, so then you have to do. Oh, great! I think it might be this order finally.
Nice.
Yes. Okay, I'll never forget again. Okay.
Do I get the feeling if I don't keep up an active defense that I will get hit and hurt?
No, you have a passive armored defense.
Okay, cool.
It's your shield ability. If you're trying to protect lots of people, then that would require one of your actions.
Right.
And you can multi-action. You could do that and try to blast people. But and I can tell you, you went out into the hallway, right?
Yeah.
So you have these horrific cyber zombies on either end of the hallway. There's like 6 of them, like all like trying to shoot around each other, and they're like flesh is falling off, and it's like
Cybernetic eyeballs.
yeah,
hanging
like
out.
just all kinds of mix and match body parts and whatnot. It's pretty gross.
If
So,
I
yeah.
if I have up my shield, then people won't be able to fire at them if they're behind me.
If you want a one-sided shield, I would have a special roll. I would put like a modifier, and you could try to do that, so you could shoot out of the shield. Otherwise, I think we have to treat the shield like a solid barrier.
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is that's my only action is I just go one-sided shield.
Okay, yeah. So you step out and make like essentially it's a dome, even though most of it's lost in the hallway. Like 2 barriers down in the hallway, and you're trying to make it so you can shoot out of them but not into them.
Correct.
Right? Okay. So we'll hold that roll. We're gonna do your shield roll. I think -2. What's your normal dice pool for that?
6. Wait, nope. 7 with a hard die and a wiggle die.
Okay. So the 2 penalty dice. The first one comes out of your hard dice, and then 1 is out of your loose dice.
All right.
So you'll still have your wiggle die.
Cool.
shoot at zombies.
Okay. So you're gonna shoot at some cyber zombies.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I have this knife,
Oh yeah.
and I know that I use my
The
willpower.
organic steel
Yes.
knife. Yeah.
I know I use my willpower to shift the shape of it
Uh-huh.
if I would like to, but if I'm simply using it as its knife, do I use willpower?
No.
Okay, so I'm just using my biokinesis, but not using my willpower
Right.
because I'm just.
It would take willpower if you want it to throw and come back to you.
Okay.
That would be a willpower. Yeah. But otherwise, if you don't want to change the shape of it, it's a perfectly serviceable combat knife.
Amazing. Fuck. I had an idea, and now that idea is gone. I think I am going to use my biokinesis to throw this knife and try to have it, like, hit a couple people and come back.
You
kinda
want
thing,
multiple
like
targets.
like a weird boomerang.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you have to pick the number of targets you want to hit,
Sure.
and that is your
Like a
multi-action.
Mhm.
So the first one's for free,
Yeah.
all right, and then the second target is
Take a die
minus
away.
1,
Yeah.
etc.
I'll try to hit 2.
Okay, so just minus 1 to your dice roll.
Great.
To your biokinesis. Yeah. And Sapna.
I am going to sonic boom out like whatever direction y'all are shooting at, and I will sonic boom the other side.
Yeah, okay.
With
So we'll
hopes
have-
to hit multi-targets.
So we'll just say you two are diving out and shooting to the right, and then we're going to sonic boom to the left.
Great.
Just so we have specificity.
And if I want to sonic boom like in a wave to like knock them down,
Yeah. So
how
yeah,
many
you
dice
want
would I lose
you
for
want a knockback effect. So let's see. I think actually I just need you to spend willpower for the extra effect.
okay. So how much would I
One
spend? Okay.
willpower. Yeah. Because it doesn't normally have a mass effect, I think. Okay, so we all know what to roll.
Hell yeah.
I'm shooting a bunch, so
Go go go.
Okay.
oh, this is a little better. And Frank, you're rolling for your shield, right?
Yeah.
That's good because I'm trying to shoot through it.
Yay!
Do I need width?
More of a girth situation. Sorry. Yeah, it's already active, so let's see. I guess it is a new initiative round. We have to treat it separately because it doesn't have duration on it, right? As
Well,
a
it's not always active.
no, not that his shield thing is separate from his personal armor.
Oh, okay.
His like group defense ability. Pretty sure it doesn't have duration or anything.
No.
Okay. So, so then, yeah. What is your? Well, let's see. I've got a 3 of a kind. Let's do it this way. What?
So do I.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have 3/8, but I was gonna
Okay.
spend a willpower and go to 4/7s if I needed to.
Okay. Well, knowing that I have 3 of a kind, that's what I'm going to tell you before you decide if you're going to squish or not.
I'm gonna squish.
Okay. So spend a willpower.
If that would be helpful, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not going to tell you if it would be helpful. So.
I'm just trying to know if it is a growth situation. So.
Yeah. Okay. So you go to 4/7s, which is good because I also had 3/8s. So yeah, you reinforce the shield. You make it one-sided so that attacks can go out but not in, and the worst of the blasts just ping off around that. It's all these like the sort of yellow energy blasts that are, just blasting against that. Some of the hull is taking damage. Lights. The ceiling is just all broken up. And that's all like surface stuff. Like it would not punch through, like we said before, right? It doesn't punch through a hard surface, but that's because the wall has like a nice treatment on it. And then under that is the like superstructure of the building that is not damaged by these guns.
It's like drywall.
Yeah,
Like
it's the
drywall
equivalent
post or
of that.
whatever.
Yeah. That's good. Our shields go up. My attacks are largely unhelpful.
I
Also,
got 3 10s.
Oh, 3 10s actually happens before my attacks anyway. So you were, all right, booming to the left, or sonic boom, and with 3 10s. Okay, so I'm going to take out one of my guys. So I'm not,
and then the
I'm
other
not
2
under
would be
10
knocked
dice yet.
down.
Yeah. So one of them is the flesh is blown off of what's left, and the pieces just like clatter to the ground. And the other, there's like 4 other guys over there. They're all get just like thrown back like Jedi style, just like boom, just the group of them go clattering backwards.
Oh yeah.
And just for flavor, this sonic boom sounded like a final girl scream.
Yeah. Good.
Good.
Okay. So That was 3 10s. I had 3 8s. Any other 3 of a kind? Okay. 2 of a kinds.
Pair of tens.
Pair of tens, pair of nines.
Okay. So we'll just have it happen at the same time because I don't
Great.
think it's going to interfere with each other.
Just pew, pew, pew,
Yeah,
pew.
you were taking out targets.
Yeah, just trying to throw this knife through 2 different
Oh,
targets.
2
So
targets,
that's my
yeah.
multi-action for both.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll use what do you call it? Hit locations in a just a colorful way.
Yeah.
So your 10, you actually like knock like a cybernetic head falls off, and that thing like steps backwards like and just tips over. And then your knife goes like cuts through the middle of somebody. It was 9 and 3.
9 and 10.
Oh, 9 and 10. Okay, so it takes one head off and then like gets
A short head and a tall torso.
yeah. Well, somebody was kneeling, right?
Yeah,
They'd like
yeah.
taken a knee, and so it like went through the neck and then into the gut of the next person.
Good stuff.
And for the record, all these people were already dead. They have come up out of their burial situations. This old school cybernetic was able to be reanimated, and
Zambonis.
yeah. So, yeah, I think that's. Actually, so I'm going to take a die out this time, and what do we want to do?
You took out, so we took out 3 targets
Yeah.
between them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the first 2, we're not going to lose a die, but now you're down to I'm down to 9, and which means there are 9 targets left. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Is anyone doing something different?
Can you walk forward?
What do you mean?
Chainsaw?
Well,
Yeah.
there's left and right.
No, but just give us space so we can not be pinned here.
Oh, the shield has enough room, but you have to decide, like, are you coming out of the airlock and turning right or left? Because, like,
I think, like, because we asked the Loomba to, which way is the best way to go.
Oh, yeah. It wants to go right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Trying to decide if I'm doing something different.
I'll
I
shoot
feel
at 2
good.
people instead of 1 people.
Yeah.
Okay, so split your action, so you
Yeah.
take -1 from your dice pool.
I am going to try to use my distortion to, well, I guess it would be, well, fuck. Let's see if I can do this, because vibe check is close range,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not quite at this point.
You can run
but-
out from under the shield protection.
Okay. But can I use my distortion to cause a like a ripple effect, where it would, like, you know how certain frequencies could mess with like signals in machinery? Like,
Yeah.
I want to do that. I should really have scienced up for this character so much more than I did.
Yeah, because the character we can move some stuff around if it makes sense for the character to know more science stuff. I'm fine with that. It hasn't really been an issue before now, so do we want to retroactively do something like that? 'Cause I don't think we really have any other science. Well, if we have a doctor, I'm like a medical doctor, but that's not the same as being like
Doctor.
a tech whiz,
Yeah, exactly.
which wouldn't hurt, honestly.
I mean, it'd be nice to.
And if you're used to breaking into places, like being able to bypass an alarm, like basic kind of stuff like that, would certainly lead you down an interesting road of electronics and technology.
And that would be what I would want to add some.
Yeah. Okay. So that mostly falls under like security systems, but we'll look at your skills later and make it make sense.
Also, I have to give you the satisfaction of I am using baseball to recover up to my full willpower because I need it.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, I had to
that's
do
the-
the same,
that's the
which
tough
is
hit.
hilarious because I had just bought back up my base as well.
Yep. Yeah.
But it's fine.
Same.
I'm so
What
sorry.
is this buying willpower?
So you can.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I want to use distortion to gum up their works.
Yeah, of like their cybernetic workings and whatnot. Okay, I like that. Yeah, and unfortunately, just in case it wasn't clear, there's not a lot of biology for you to manipulate.
No, it's a lot of machine happening.
Yeah, and the biology that's there is sort of incidental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So, a lot of it's fallen off.
Gross.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got my knife.
Yeah.
Got a knife.
This is annoying.
And you're maintaining the shield, doing anything else?
How many are there?
9.
9.
4 on the left, 5 on the right.
I'm gonna do one more here, and then I might start going offensive as
And
well.
then Bruce Willis shoots through the door and ducks to the other side. 3 on the left, 4 on the right. How did you learn to negotiate like that? Ugh.
That's right. If we kill the necromancer, they'll all die.
Yeah, that's how that works.
I also spent a willpower to get an extra die on this roll so that my multi-action would just.
Well,
be
you've got so much willpower.
I've got so much. It's Christmas.
That's
you know?
great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I could also spend some XP in the ship in our downtime. Like
Okay.
in our hour
Sure.
to buy an extra loose die and distortion
Okay. Cool.
for funsies.
Does everybody have their dice pool?
I have a question,
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah.
Is 4 10s the same as 2 pairs of 10s?
You can make it 2 pairs of 10s. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I should have spent willpower. Or, no.
Nope, that was a 5. That is nothing. Oh, okay. How about 4 pairs?
damn.
Wow.
No, that's okay.
3 or 4s of a kind?
3 10s.
4 of a
4
kind?
3s.
Okay.
Nice.
Did you have to squish to get it?
Mm.
Oh, nice. A natural quad.
Ooh.
And I am going to spend a willpower to affect 2 people in the,
Okay.
or 2
Oh yeah,
hostiles.
after the fact to take a second target. Okay. So that's to maintain your one-sided shield, right?
Correct.
Okay, great. Yeah, you reinforce that, keep it going. Chainsaw manages to keep it up all the way through. Which, at a certain age, that's not always a guarantee.
I'm not going to talk about that.
It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It happens to all kinds of people. Sorry.
I love when you make a joke and you keep the straight face so well for 5 seconds and then it breaks.
Yeah. It's impolite to laugh at one's own joke. So,
I
okay,
think
so
it's joyful.
3s of a kind.
3 10s.
3 5s.
What do you got?
2 pairs of 10.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so you're gonna go on the pairs, right?
Yeah.
Because you could go on the 4 of a kind round if you
But
want.
that only kills 1 dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So 3 10s happens before me. Are you still fighting the guys on the left?
No, if we want to move to the right,
Yeah,
then I'll
we'll
clear
just
the
leave-
path to the
leave
right
those alone.
because we get the shield behind us.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you blast one of them into because you have 10s. And did you have another set?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah, right,
gonna be
'cause
a
you
pair
paid
of
it.
6s, so.
Okay, so we'll get to that in a sec. So one of them just obliterated. Just sparking, skeleton of a person just collapsed on the ground.
It's like, I guess the way I thought about it was because it kind of was the way you talked about the retinal implant.
Yeah.
It's like their implants start, you hear the kind of grinding of
Sure.
metal.
Yeah,
from
and these
people.
are, if you were to ask somebody from here, these are ancient technologies, right? Like this, nowadays they grow you a new limb in this, society, right? Nobody has machine limbs anymore because that's just
Unless you really want to look cool.
yeah,
That's right.
you could have there are people who have it as a fashion statement,
Yes.
right? Of no, this is what I chose for me because this is me. That's fine, whatever. But this is the tech looks old, and it's all servo motors and electrics and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Maybe the space pirates
Yeah.
thing is all.
And most of them are not having 4 limbs, right? Some of them are like one leg and an arm, and or like 2 legs, no arms, and arms, because it was like whatever they had replaced, right? And the rest of the body is gone at this point. So it's this like horrible mishmash of leftover parts. So
Spooky.
okay, so you blast one of them into pieces. That was 3 10s. No other 3 of a kind?
I have 3 5s.
Oh, 3 5s, yes. And that was to throw your knife again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think 5 is arm.
5 is, yes, right arm.
Yeah, but we're not really doing...
It's just flavor.
Yeah.
I also got 2 3s, so that'll go on the 2 of a kind. Or 2 7s. Oh, fuck. Yeah, 2 7s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 7s and 2 3s.
I got the 2 3s, but I don't have the will. I don't want to spend the willpower to make that another action. So
Okay.
I'm
I mean, you
making
can
that.
if you want.
Yeah, I could, but I got a 3 of a kind, so that hurt my willpower. So
Okay.
I'm gonna
All right.
chill.
So I'm going to take 1 die out for Sapna's kill.
Yeah.
And you'll take out another one.
Okay.
That's fine. And then, oh no, actually, hits are supposed to take out the highest set. None of these sets are going to matter because they're not going to get through your shield. But I'm just trying to make sure I keep track of the rules. Yeah. So the knife just like slices through the arm of something that was like a leg and an arm.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's done. Like
Yep.
there's not enough left of it. Okay, that was what did you have?
2 pairs of 10.
Oh, 2 pairs of 10s. Okay, yeah, we should have done that. Sorry, I don't know why I can't keep that in my head. But yeah, you just very precisely, just bam, bam, just take out 2 of them. Their heads fall off. And
He turns to Dr. West. Is he shooting? Like, what is he doing?
yeah, he has his sidearm out and he's hyperventilating.
Okay.
Right? He's like, just like trying to get his shit together.
Yeah.
But he also is maintaining discipline, right? Like the
Right.
firearm is pointed down, and he is like, and at the end of this round, he is going to get a shot off, but it's not helpful. Yeah.
Well, Hector starts coaching him, like, hey, man, just breathe it out.
Yeah.
Like,
He's never been in a combat situation in his life. He's done the like equivalent of space paintball, and
you're being
Baseball.
attacked by a monster. The dude comes out in a suit.
yeah, like, oh no, it's aliens, whatever. That no one demonifies. What's the word I want?
Demonizes?
Demonifies.
Of course, same word.
No one demonizes robots in this society. It's a very strange idea. That because some machines are people. Okay, so we take out 2 more. This ragtag band falls apart. As you all are, like, okay, well, let's get moving.
Literally falls apart.
Yeah, you can see one of the arms on the ground is like pulling itself over to another pile of parts and is like trying to reform, right? So like,
It's like, hey, Dr. West.
well, oh yeah, so he's like, blah, blah, blah. He's
Yeah.
like, shoots at a bunch of stuff, but like all over the hallway, there are pieces that are dragging themselves. Like
Back.
one foot is like heel dragging the whole leg over to like some
Trying to
other
put themselves
piece.
back together.
Yeah, like any,
Get a move on.
yeah,
Yeah.
All right, let's get cranking.
yeah. Okay, so.
All right, Floomba, to the right.
Yeah, so you go sprinting through these hallways. It's hard to go full speed because you don't exactly... Your full speed is however fast Floomba can go,
Yeah.
right? Which is pretty quick, but like 30 miles an hour feels really slow to y'all. So it's...
I mean, technically, the only people who could be really that fast, not flying, I guess. But, like, we still have normal people running speeds, except
well, I mean,
for-
Hector, but everybody else can go really
I still
fast.
run really fast for a human.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I run
Yeah.
like 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Oh,
right.
wow.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got that crossover thing of like kind of peak human fitness.
nice. Because, like, me running,
Yeah.
Not that fast.
Oh,
I
right.
am
You
a
need to be
very
flying to go
normal
fast.
human.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And Dr. Blaze.
Dr. Blaze is actually in terrific shape. Like he is in like most people in this city are in peak human condition. It's like when you choose to grow old, that's what happens.
Well, he'd definitely be Kit's type if he wasn't a trauma trigger. Ah, so funny. Anyway, let's go.
Okay, so this ragtag band sprints through the hallway. You get to a point where there's like elevators, and you're like, and then the stairway next to it, and we go up the stairs. You go up several flights of stairs, like 5 flights of stairs, and throw open the door into daylight, basically. You come out, and you have the dizzying sensation. And of course, Dr. West comes out and goes like, oh, finally. But you're in the situation of like, the ground curves away from you, right? It's a 20-mile radius, which means it's 40 miles all the way across to the other side. You can't see the other side. Also, this is big enough to have weather in it, right?
Yeah.
So there are like clouds in the middle. And there's a simulated light effect, but it's not like there's a light bulb in the middle, right? It's like a holographic kind of effect.
Can you imagine trying to change that light bulb?
Yeah. So there is like this bar of light in the middle that is probably dimmed in the night cycle or whatever that, however they do it here. But it seems like midday, and that bar of light is covered by a column of cloud in the middle that is raining, right? So you step out into clouded daylight and rain that is coming down from the center of the... Yeah. And the good news is it's like it's distilled rainwater. So it's not like nasty water or anything, but it is raining outward.
Amazing.
So you step out and you find yourself in basically like an industrial park kind of place, and there are a lot of signs for like what docks you can go to, and that you're in the middle of the like research parking area, and then there's like personal ships and whatever else, like there's all kinds of, it's just massive, the space that you're in. But you also can see, you're pretty close towards one end, so I don't know that you could just see 60 miles. I don't think that's a thing, right?
No.
It would just be dim haze,
Especially
right?
with curvature, because that's why our sight is
you're
limited on
looking
the Earth.
down the tube, right? So like technically there's nothing blocking your vision, but
But it would all just be really
it would just be an indistinct haze.
Yeah, and there's the atmosphere, which
Yeah.
obstructs vision as well.
Because relatively close, you can see the cap of the end that you came in next to, and her like central processor is literally central, right? It's like in the halfway point of the ship.
So like 20 miles away?
It's 60 miles away.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Oh boy, I guess we have to commute.
Well, I mean, if we fly through the center.
How's the public transportation in this cylinder?
Yeah. Oh, also in this space, you could see like there's all kinds of, like stalls and vendor, like space where there would be like food stalls and there's just all kinds of stuff, but there's nobody here, right? So it's kind of an open air place where you go to the dock, you get a snack, whatever, and then you go downstairs to your, boarding, whatever. It's really hard to think about the inside of a cylinder, but we're doing it. So
if we fly through the center, we could avoid the zombies.
Yeah.
it's true.
And probably go faster than any of their like machinery would normally be able to go.
Yeah, I mean, you could also fly over the surface. It's a lot of open air space here. There are some tall buildings that are like, even a 20-story building is, not a mile tall, and it's 20 miles to get to the middle, right? So, there are some tall buildings here and there, offices and whatnot, but because this is again an industrial area, there's probably even indications of like, oh, this is where some like heavy metals are brought in, and you know, all kind of industrial works and stuff like that. So yeah. So
Up we go.
what do
then.
we want to do?
Or out.
Straight, the fastest way there would be a direct path. That's what I'm for.
Mhm.
Yeah. Flying, baby.
Okay. So who's flying with whom?
I can fly.
Okay.
Who wants to hop on my back? Get a
Dr.
piggyback fly.
Dr. James West.
Yeah, we have the Floomba, we have Dr. West, we have me and Hector.
I can
You-
put the Floomba on my arm.
Can you
Can I?
carry 2 people?
Yeah. Well, wait, you can carry the Floombo. What you're asking?
If Chainsaw can carry 2 people.
Yeah, easily.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
easily.
Unless they're like
Uh,
2 mountain-sized people.
Hmm.
right. So I think either Hector and myself or Hector and Dr. West, and then whoever of us isn't with Sapna.
Sure.
Yeah, Dr. West is like, you all can go. I mean, I can't really do anything in there. Like, I can just hide here.
Do you want to stay hiding
I mean,
by yourself?
And then there's like a clanking crash in the stairwell,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, actually, no. Maybe I should go with you.
I think Hector would have said before that, like, no, like, I said you were coming with us, like, you're coming with us.
Okay. Oh, and then the metal door
Yeah.
that you came out of, like, crash, like buckles out a little bit, you know, and then like something's like slamming against it. So, we should probably.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Swap around.
All right. So who do you have?
I think it should be me and Dr. West.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Off we go.
you're gonna fly with Sapna. Is that
Yep.
doable? Okay.
We've done it before.
Yeah. It's not weird or anything.
Nothing's ever weird.
It's never awkward.
How do you have to hold on to him? Because you don't have like
Bridal carry.
He over here. And
It
Frank
is
has
like-
some like telekinesis. He can kind of like just juggle a little bit, you know.
No, but Sapna has to bridal carry people that she takes around, or that they
Fantastic.
take
have
around.
my
Fantastic.
arms around your neck so that I'm taking off some of the pressure of my weight. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
That or I think like monkey hold on the back, you know?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Like piggyback.
Hmm.
Yeah. But it's up to you. I just need this for the visual. It is required before we can move on.
I think it's gonna have to be the bridal carry just because of how horrible this is for both of us right now.
Yeah. And Caduceus is still like a big man,
Yeah.
right?
I'm big now.
Yeah.
So it's how tall is Sapna?
Sapna is like, like a 5'8", 5'9".
I just love it.
Because you're like 6'2" now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And beefy.
Yeah.
It's just my
This
perfect
is
visual.
actually going to be one of those
It's-
things where, like, you might need to make yourself slightly lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'm actually having trouble picturing Sapna
Yeah.
picking you up.
Or buff up Sapna.
Oh yeah, that's
but
an option.
that's a different I think go to like get in position, and Caduceus quickly realizes that it's not working, and he says, okay, either I can make you stronger or me less.
Like, there is a serious moment of, like, what's easier?
Technically I can just stop concentration on you stronger later, but I can make myself it's
I
it's
could
whatever you're
make myself
comfortable with.
less for you.
It's whatever you're comfortable with.
Just buff me up for this.
All right. Buff time for Sapna. You're so buff. That's 2 9s.
Okay. So then you just need to assign some amount of your power to Sapna's.
Right, to Sapna's
Body stat.
How much are you? You're at
2.
2?
So I would want
I'll
at
give you
least
2.
4. Yeah.
4?
I mean, total of 4. Total of 4.
I was like,
Yeah, I was like, what the?
No.
okay.
Like, how much do you weigh?
A 5 strength human is like an Olympic lifter,
Yeah,
right?
it's a
So
human
like
that's, like,
4 is a
800
very
pounds.
strong person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
4 is max 400 pounds, and I feel like
Yeah.
Caduceus is living in like the high 200s
Yeah.
when he's buffed up. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
that
so.
makes sense.
Okay, so
I feel like it's important to get this visual of Sapna, like, not getting, like, jacked like an Olympic bodybuilder, but more like an Olympic swimmer.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like-
the fucking
Like
Just like-
wingspan.
Yeah.
Like their wingspan increases.
yeah, it just gets like thick.
Love that.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, this works for me. Uh,
Like if they were wearing a tank top.
yeah, well, they are now.
Suddenly,
Oh, my
suddenly
sleeves
tank top.
disappeared. Your sleeves actually burst open.
Yeah.
I mean,
What is everyone's outfit here? I don't know that we
Well,
really have a clear
I
idea.
think I'm wearing my superhero costume because
Me
we were
too.
we were
Oh,
asked to
that's
suit
right.
up when we came over.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
they
Oh,
suited
yeah.
up
You were in
before I-
your
before I
silent screen,
flew across.
and you're in your
town.
PJs.
Yep.
You're just going full Arthur Dent.
Wait, no, we were in your bedroom and there were clothes in there.
Yeah, that's right. They were closed.
Oh yeah, you had some like,
So yeah, Iron Maiden T-shirt, leather jacket,
but not your
boots,
not your
and-
best leather jacket.
No, and
Yeah.
certainly not like my treasured leather jacket. Well, it might have
I
to be
mean,
because I don't
which-
think I'd leave it behind.
I was about to say, which one are you leaving in your bedroom then?
Well, I was thinking of like your best one is probably not in the bedroom, but out
Hung up
on
in the
a
closet.
hanger by the door or a closet by the door or something like that.
I do have a coat rack
Coat rack, yeah.
right next to my door. So
Like your nice, super nice biker jacket, I would think.
this is
like
a
outfit.
that one's out there. This one is a it's a leather jacket that I bought and didn't like.
Yeah.
I mean, you all think
Any-
it's fine,
any
but
portion
it's just not. It's not quite the right cut for me. Yeah.
Everyone's like, that's a cool jacket. Why haven't we seen it before?
I don't like the colors. It's
Yeah.
like really wide, like Peter Pan
Yeah.
colors from the 70s.
Okay. So, all of you managed to blast off and head for the middle of. We're gonna fly through the weather, or we're gonna fly along the surface and cut in at the end.
Which one is less dangerous appearing?
Well, the surface has obvious threats of like who knows how many cyber zombies can come at us. The middle has potentially unknown threats in that there is a rain cloud up there right now, which is presumably controllable. I think that'd be a reasonable assumption because you wouldn't want to have weather in your tin can spaceship and not be able to control it.
Can we Dave Matthews Band it and fly in the space between?
Yeah. I mean, there's 20 miles to play with there
Yeah.
of altitude.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just fly through the rain instead.
Which feels like
Oh,
the
no,
best
it's
option here.
Acid rain.
Yeah. No,
No,
it's not.
This is the worst space station ever.
Turns on the acid rain.
Okay. So we should probably go. What's everyone's flight speed power? It's super fast, I'm pretty sure.
640 yards. Oh no, speed is 160 yards.
Okay.
I remember I have a thing that says 600 miles per hour is dicey.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, let's go. Like, the fastest Sapna can go is 160. So you should probably just keep up with her and stick together. And, going 60 miles at 160 miles an hour is a little less than half an hour. So, 20 minutes or so of flying along. And,
Little shield so that
Yeah.
you don't get quite so wet.
yeah, there are some things flung at you, right? Like from the surface, like you see some like horrible spider creature made out of cybernetic limbs,
Oh no, it's Wild Wild West.
and it's like throwing a cybernetic arm. I was like boop, 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 at you, like all kinds of But you reach the middle of this space station and you can see what she was talking about. There's all these like columns and passageways. They're probably like elevator shafts in actuality, right? But there's all these like connector pieces, and then there's a great big this is the tic tac, right? There's this tic tac in the middle that is the weather is kind of bubbled out away from it. So there's the weather north of the tic tac and weather south of the tic tac, and then just like clear sky there. And as you approach, you already can feel the reduction of gravity, right? As you get to the middle of this thing, there, of course, once you leave the spin of this thing, you could be in 0G anyway. But you can see this thing is almost all glass inside, and it's all sort of built to be in this 0G space. And there's this like spindle. It looks like there's a computer in the middle of the capsule, in the way that the capsule is in the middle of the tin can, right? So it's just middle and middle. This is, and it's this like column of computers in the middle of this tic tac that are all lit up, and you can see a bunch of people outside with like EV suits and weaponry and all kinds of stuff guarding the outside of that. What do you want to do? Yeah, I did forget too. As soon as you leave the surface of the tin can, everyone is weightless.
Just like on Earth.
Yeah.
And also,
Terrible irony.
Wouldn't we accelerate with the, like, we would be able to go faster and faster because of how our powers work?
Like as gravity is stopping exerting the force on you.
We're not in a vacuum, though.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't really under the effect of gravity. We were under the
Okay.
effect of fake gravity.
Okay.
And you're not in a vacuum. You are in atmosphere. But you are in 0G, which is an important detail. And all you have is mass, not weight.
Either way.
Yeah.
Would we take it back?
No.
But I will say that the sonic boom has taken on the distinct tones of horror movie scores.
Yes.
Just cycling through a few so we don't
Yeah.
get any repeats.
Amazing.
Okay, so yeah, you're approaching the middle of this thing, and you could see a number of people essentially looking like StarCraft Space Marine or even Warhammer, if that's what you're more familiar with, of these big chunky kind of spacesuit looking things, but with machine guns and all kinds of stuff. And they're all kind of like are swinging around. I mean, fortunately, you're going really fast. 160 miles an hour is very fast to be approaching, but they probably knew you were coming at this point. You're not very sneaky, Sapna, ironically enough, for the Sonic Snoop.
Oh, I mean, not while flying.
Yeah.
But
well,
also
actually,
there's
that's the thing. Once you get going, you could coast, right? And then just boom to like adjust your trajectory.
true.
But
But we're carrying a homing beacon with us.
Yes. Yeah.
2 homing beacons with us.
Yeah. And by the way, when you get out and you're like, figure out who's going what, I assume that didn't really take very long, and you all kick off into the air, and are figuring out how to go, your little Floomba is like, well, I don't know how y'all are doing that, but I would love to know more about your technology when you get here.
Technology.
Yeah,
we'll
we'll,
just put-
we'll put you in touch with somebody who sounds a lot like you.
Okay. Because, yeah, I mean, you're just all displaying superpowers that she has no idea how you're doing that. So apparently they don't even have comic books in this dimension.
God.
It's very sad.
So sad.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Hercules?
You mean Huncules?
What?
Okay, so yeah, we're blasting towards the middle. We do have a bunch of floating space marines to deal with. What do you want to do? Buy them cake.
They're floating?
Yeah,
Oh.
they're in 0G. Like you are.
I shoot at them as we pass by.
As you approach, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're
Men-
guarding.
They're like outside the tic tac.
metal zombies or people?
Looks like people in suits. Oh, actually, you know that they're people in suits. Yeah, I don't have
work
to.
with people in suits.
Yeah.
How many people in suits are there?
I have people in suits.
Half a dozen?
Okay.
Six. You can see there are 6.
Okay.
And they have
They're
this
floating,
like
but it's 0G, so it's fine.
they have this bizarre symbol that looks like it was hastily painted on the front of their chest plates of whatever their political belief must be.
Is it like the sign of chaos from 40K?
Sure. Yeah.
One of them needs to go to sleep.
Okay.
They're so
Um,
tired.
Well, let's declare an order.
Yeah.
Frank.
Really want to smash into one of these guys.
You can, but you're going to send him flying,
Uh-huh.
and that could do a lot of collateral damage.
So
I mean,
what?
they have little like EVA jets, but like
Collateral damage to what?
whatever he crashes into.
Oh, sure.
There's 40 million people in here. Slightly fewer than there were before, but there's still, yeah.
All right, I guess I'll just shoot him.
Okay. Blaster. Okay.
Or something.
How many are there?
6. 6 multi-actions. It's only -5 to your dice pool.
Yeah, then I'd have 1 and a wiggle, so it would be a pair.
Really good match.
Yeah, but you'd roll a 10, so
But it's still only 1 match.
one match.
But also, like, if Chainsaw's taking care of 1, then you only have to take care of 5, so it's only -4. So you could still only get 1 match.
I could get a triple.
You want to go for 3?
Nope.
Okay.
Um,
Because you also don't know what your weapon is going to do to these guys in these armored suits. Because it was not doing great against hard surfaces. In game terms, it's pretty ineffective against armor.
right. That's what he was thinking. So,
Unless you can get somebody's helmet off
Can-
or...
can I, you got X card it. Can I puppet somebody?
Well, so I'm okay with that, but anybody experiencing mind control gets an automatic stability roll to try to throw it off. Are
Right.
we okay with him puppeting someone? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. That's fine.
So sleepy.
Kid's done it.
So sleepy.
Mhm.
That's what I was thinking. So sleepy. Just 1.
Okay.
Because I'm dedicating some still to Sapna's strength.
Yeah. Okay.
I,
Sapna coming in buff.
know, covered in so hot.
So hot. HAWT.
Where I could crash into one and use my vibe check to shake their armor off.
Oh yeah. Let's just shake your motorcycle down to the bolts. Yeah, okay. So getting in close is I'm gonna need like an athletics check or flight check is fine, and then the attack. So you need to pick
Well,
athletics or flight? Which one?
flight,
Okay.
because that's an automatic success for me.
Okay. How many dice are in that?
7.
Okay, and then how many dice are in your vibe check?
6.
Okay, so we have to use the smaller dice pool and take 1 die out of it for the multi-action.
Okay.
So what all is in the 6 die dice pool? Just regular dice?
No, I have 4 dice and 2 wiggle.
Okay, so you have to use that instead of your flight power.
That's cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I will spend the willpower to bump that up.
Okay,
So
Great.
it's the 4 dice instead of 3.
great.
Though I guess, actually, not that it matters. Since we're using multi-action rolls.
Okay, cool.
I just realized, like, my athletics is currently 6 dice as well.
Okay, cool. So separately, I need to do my automatic stability check. But everybody roll, and I just have to do some extra paperwork over here.
Damn it.
What do you got over there?
3 10s. So 4.
What?
Wow.
Why the damn it?
Because I should have.
Multi-action?
Yeah.
Oh, you can pay a
do it,
willpower to multi-action after the fact.
Yeah.
Sweet.
No, but wait, I want a better success because he gets the resistance, right?
What you want is a wide success to go before my
Oh,
resist.
I also have, that would be 5 tens then because I have go first.
What counts? It would go on the 5 of a kind
Right.
turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you do the
So if you go down to 2,
willpower cost,
both of them would happen on the 3 of a kind.
I only need
cost
a
two.
1, right? Because I'm doing one
if you
guy.
get a pair, it costs 2.
The
For the puppet.
width of your success.
Well, yeah, unless he gets 10s. You need to get more 10s than he gets on his resistance. So,
So, but if I spend a willpower to split it,
yeah, you can do that.
which would be 4 9s?
No. So you have 3 10s now, right?
Mhm. Without the
So-
wiggle die.
So if you want to,
So I have technically 4 10s.
okay. So the squishing gets rid of hard dice and wiggle dice.
Okay.
So you would go 3 10s, and then if you want to squish down, you could squish to 4 9s.
Mhm.
Right, that would cost you 1 willpower, because you rolled 3 10s.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can spend 2 willpower and get to 5 8s?
Yes.
Okay.
But then, I only need 3 9s
Oh.
to beat that, right?
Oh, then I'll do that 9.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the 4 9, yeah, I think keeping some of that height in there is important.
Okay, gotcha.
No, width is king. Width is king. So if you want to go to 8s, 5 8s, that'll happen before I get a chance to
Okay.
do my
then
resistance.
I'll do that.
Although, like, if you're using the gobble dice rules, width is still better because because you're gobbling dice out of his match, so
Yeah.
the more dice you have in your match, the better because that's more need to gobble. So
Yeah.
he would need to have gotten, like Jason would have needed to roll
Oh.
4 of a kind or better to
Mhm.
break your 5 of a kind.
Right. Yes, that's what I was trying to say and didn't do a very good job of explaining. But either way, so you're going to 8s or 9s? Staying at 9s? Okay. So that's fine. You have overcome my resistance.
Okay.
All right. So now I have to do my group attack. I have all 10 dice. Wait, is that only 10? 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. Oh, right. 3 5s. Oops. I mean, I have a 3 of a kind. You don't know what it is.
Oh,
I have a 3 of a kind and a couple pairs. So your 5 8s
Mm-hmm.
goes off. You have established control over this guy, and so next time you can do something with him.
Yep.
Okay. Other 5s of a kind, 4 of a kinds,
Oh, yeah.
3 of a kinds.
3 6s.
Okay, I've got are the 3 of a kind?
Go
All right,
twos.
I've got 3 5s, so I'll go after you.
All right.
Just blasting people, right? Okay, so can I look at the power again real quick? I just want to remember what all I put into it. I know it has some Citadel power. Oh yeah, it has pushback. It has penetration 4. What?
Uh-oh.
Why did I give you that?
Because you love
That's
me.
so much.
So love
Yeah, but it's
me.
obvious, so you can't do stealth attacks. So
Oh,
there.
damn.
As long as I
You
don't
were
get sucked
Oh.
like a
for this.
pinhole in the
Yeah.
face.
Well, I'm very sneaky.
But remember, the Citadel power uses direct feed, which I forgot to have you pay before.
Oh.
So your widest match,
That takes willpower.
you have to pay willpower.
Oh, right.
Right. That's why we bought you all that extra willpower too.
Yeah.
So you have a 3 of a kind, you have to pay 3 willpower.
Welcome to my hell.
And my
Yeah,
situational
right.
hell.
I also have a 2 of a kind, which I paid a willpower to also use. So
Oh, so you want to use both of those? Okay, but you only have to pay for the one widest set. You
Gotcha.
don't have to pay for every set as.
That's why I try to not have wide sets. Like,
That's
I
so
could have
crazy.
had 3 of a kind easily here, and I was like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
All right. So the the blast hits this guy, 3 shock and 3 killing. It punches through the hard armor. It's reduced somewhat by the medium armor, but I'm just going to say it takes out one of them. So, yeah, they're down one. Another one's mind controlled.
I have 2 10s and 2 2s.
Oh, wait, I forgot about my 3 5s. Okay, so I do get one hit here somewhere. Let's see. Who's it going to be? He doesn't know any of you from Adam.
Knows Dr. West.
We haven't done anything though. Like, we look so silly.
Just flying around. Like,
Flying aloud,
so I
like
was-
we're in a relationship or something.
I was giving you all so Frank's 1 2, Hector's 3 4, Kid's 5 6, you're 7 8. I rolled a 9. I was like, oh, I know who that is.
oh no!
Not Dr. West.
So these guys have a different type of weapon, right? It's not the little blaster thing. And they have like a more traditional looking machine gun type thing, which also means there are just projectiles flying out into this freaking space station. These guys suck, and I hate them.
Yeah.
So anyway,
We need to stop them from being able to fire as fast as possible.
yeah. So this guy's just like, and who you have Dr. West with you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're like, doing some. Well, I guess you're not used to getting out of the way of stuff. Can I say that?
Yeah, I think that's
You're
really
invincible,
accurate.
basically, right?
You
Like
should be
pretty
getting out of the
close
way
to
of
it.
stuff.
Certainly, if somebody's shooting a machine gun at you, you're like, no, please.
Girl.
Yeah.
Where am I gonna dodge to the other place where the machine gun is firing?
Right.
now?
So yeah, I think you're, loosely like covering your face so you don't get hit in the eye, and this just barrage of machine gun fire just all over you, and then you hear at your side as
Blood all over my face.
yeah. There's this Dr. West is just like takes this huge hit. 5 is the arm. Right arm. And so he just took 3 shock and 3 killing. So the arm is totally
Toast.
debilitated. And he's just like, oh God, ah. He's like, would have fallen if you didn't have just like passive telekinesis. Actually, no, he has nowhere to go. So I keep forgetting we're in 0G. But he like floats away from you a little bit because he's just like reflexively like whips away, right?
I really expected his head to explode in my face, but
Oh, no, not with 5s. Not with 5s. We're still using hit locations for you all and your allies. But it is like he's going to need a new arm. This arm is just a mess, right? So, and he is like floating away in this like, blood spatter all around him in 0G. It's very pretty.
blood is all around me.
Okay. What next?
2
Probably
10s.
7s, 10s.
Yeah. Okay.
I also have 2 10s, but feel free.
Yeah, let's get Sapna in there.
Well, the first part of this is I swing Caduceus to around to my back.
Yeah.
So it goes from the bridal carry to the
Well,
monkey.
you're both in 0G now. You actually don't need to be hanging on to him.
Don't tell us that.
Okay.
Does not
Except that then Caduceus can't stop.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, you're a little more maneuverable than Caduceus is.
Also, it's my first time in space,
Yeah?
so I'm not
Space rules.
instinctively going by 0G rules.
Yeah,
I don't know
it-
what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, you are in a situation, though, where you can, like, stop booming,
Nice
right?
little
And you're
bumble.
like, oh, okay, this is weird.
I think I've played with that a little bit on the way
Yeah.
here, but like swing Caduceus around to my back and do a very well-timed boom with like a Freddy Krueger sound effect
Yeah.
to latch on to one of these guys.
Okay, so you're going to, like, grab onto the back of one of these armored suits.
I'm like a spider monkey
Yeah, okay.
onto this
on
this dude.
Okay, so it's kind of a 3 people in one activity situation. There should be a word for that. But that's fine.
Definitely should be.
Yeah, okay.
And then my next thing will go on twos.
Okay. What's yours?
I've got my 8s.
Yeah, let's do your 10s.
All right.
So you're blasting a second target?
Yeah.
Did you pay willpower for that? Or do
Uh-huh.
you Yeah, okay, great. Okay, so yeah, you blast for that one, so you hit him in, well, we're not using hit locations for bad guys anymore, but I'm not going to say you don't fully take him out, but you blast his helmet off. So let's make sure I'm doing this right. We've got one of them you took out, one of them's helmet's off, one of them's mind controlled, one is spider monkeyed, right? Okay, so that's 2 people unaffected, 1 fully out of the fight, and 3 dealing with situations. Okay, got
Are you
it.
having a bad day?
Got it. Okay.
Bad day.
Yeah. And like you blast his helmet off. I don't want to underscore like that's a helmet that is like spacesuited, like ratcheted on into place. So it's not like you neatly removed it. It's like blasted off in pieces, and there's like chunks of it still around his neck, and he's all torn up, like just bloodied in the process of that.
I'm not going to call these people poor guys because they have actively killed many people and are staging a bloody, violent coup. But I do think it's very funny that they are like, these random guys coming with some guns. How much trouble could they be? And then they're like,
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? They're like fucking space marines. They think they're the shit.
Yeah.
They got hold of this armor and weapons, and they're like, yeah, we got this, no problem. No one's gonna be able to.
It's not like anyone has superpowers or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like we've ever even heard of that.
Amazing.
Okay, so what else do we have?
I have my 2/8 to make one of them sleepy.
Oh yeah.
Also, if this is not okay, it's fine, but I would love to. I have another match here. I'd love to spend a willpower to use it to try to help out Dr. West to just not feel the pain of getting an arm gouged.
Yeah, for a willpower,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Okay.
Great. Sending him to counseling for his arm.
Just,
Yeah.
I'm just,
Rude.
it's anesthesia.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, so one of the unaffected ones, I'd like to, yes, make them sleepy.
Okay, great.
And then,
Oh wait, hold on. I get a that's a stability
yeah, I'm sure
check
you get
for
some
me.
kind of check
Yeah.
for that, yeah.
7. These guys are soldiers.
They're guards.
You had 2 8s. I got a natural pair of 10s to
Fuck.
resist the sleep. So I think he's groggy, right? I'm gonna give him a minus on his roll, but
Sure.
like he is like,
He's able
what?
to stay awake. Yeah.
What did they do to me? What?
Yeah.
My oxygen is too pure.
I shouldn't have stayed up so late the night before our two.
I was just so excited I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am spider monkeyed on this person, and it starts as like a vibration that Caduceus can feel.
Yeah.
So it's monkey. Is what's
Yes.
happening?
Monkey,
And you're in
The
monkey
tri-monkey area, yeah.
monkey,
Yeah.
monkey tree.
Yeah.
And then
Who's the monkey in the middle?
Sapna.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it.
And they are latched on, and like this like vibration, like bone rattling vibration comes out.
Yeah.
And like the armor explodes off of this person from the inside.
Yeah. Yeah. It just dismantles itself,
It
basically.
dismantles itself.
Yeah. So this in slow motion now, and I think maybe you were thinking it would be more dramatic, but the pieces are just drifting away. You know, like there's some force behind it, and some of them flung off faster than other pieces. But suddenly it's this guy in like a bodysuit, you know, and he's like, and some of the little like, there are a bunch of little like sensors and things that were attached to the inside that are like pieces of it are sort of trailing. He's like, what? And the gun is in pieces, you know.
Amazing.
Just he broke his brain more than anything. He's like does not understand how this is a situation.
It's like, now I'm just a squishy flesh bag.
Yep. Yeah.
Aren't we all in the end?
So,
We are no longer attached to each other.
yeah. I
because
still
was
have
attached to the suit.
2 unaffected. They could technically do damage. So
Are they scaled?
yeah,
Belly
they
scaled.
are. Because they do not understand what's happening or how this went so poorly so quickly. So Frank, what are you gonna do about it?
Oh, it's that time again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Finish the guy whose helmet you blew off. Just finish him off.
As targeting's probably messed up, I'm going after another one.
Okay. One of the unaffecteds.
Yeah, plus now it's easier for some people to just make
Sure.
him sleepy.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody always gets a. They're not really protected from his abilities, so.
But now
I'm not talking about mechanically.
If Sapna threw me towards him, I could probably just punch him in the face.
True. I mean, you've got your throwing knife.
I've got my throwing knife. I also am pretty strong at this point.
Yeah.
So.
And with that, fortunately, with you having so much more mass than the knife, it's not gonna like completely throw you out of balance to throw a knife. Okay, Hector, what's your declared action?
How many actions do I get? So I have the dude under
as
control.
many as you want to pay for.
So is me controlling this dude in action?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have him shoot the other unaffected guy.
Okay, so I'll need you to roll your telepathy for that
Okay.
because he's not inclined to acquiesce to your request. But that's fine. All right. Kit.
I don't know. I think it's fun. I want to punch someone.
Okay.
Yeah. I ask Sapna to just send me in that direction.
You'll have to toss me.
Launch me, woman! Or I
Hamlet.
guess not one, but
Okay.
Hamlet.
Okay.
Hamlet.
Sure.
launch me, friend.
Sapna.
So I shall do the launching.
Uh huh.
And so I guess I need to multi-action.
Yep.
Thank you, Sapna.
But I will then I'm gonna use my distortion to sound like scintillation
Easy. Yeah.
and you know
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay. All right.
I think-
And I'm declaring. I should have declared in the middle of that. I'm gonna try to shoot you all.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
This will be
Well,
my,
that changes everything.
Yeah.
this will be my
How could I give up?
brawling, correct? 'Cause I'm conscious.
Yes.
Hell
Yeah.
Love to do a brawl.
Oh, nat 10.
So-
Oops. Oh my gosh.
Hmm?
I rolled 6 dice and got 3 pairs.
Oh my gosh. Hell yeah.
Damn.
okay. Well, I have a pair of 10s and a pair of 9s.
Okay. Anybody better than pairs?
Nah, not this time.
I got 666. The number of the beast.
The roll of the beast.
So 3 6s or 6 6s?
No, 2 6s and a wild die. Wiggle die.
Yeah. So 3 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So 3 of a kind. What do you got?
I have 2 7s.
Okay, so we'll go 3 of a kind. The 6s go first. You have your guy turn and shoot. He already failed his resistance, so that's fine. You succeeded. It sends a bunch of them like flying for cover. The guy whose armor fell off is like trying to swim through the air. He does not have a jetpack anymore. You know, he's kind of fucked. And everyone's trying to get out of the way. I'm going to say the one caveat, because this guy's being mind controlled, he is like trying not to shoot his buddies. You won the roll, right?
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of like lethal blows happening, but he's like,
Oh, God!
yeah. Get out of the way! Get out of the way!
I can't control myself.
Yeah. So yeah, a bunch of that happens. And
Around with zombies, find out.
yeah, I don't know that we're gonna make it much out of this combat round. But yeah, he takes out some.
I mean, as long as he gets them to move and not shoot at us, like,
yeah,
win.
yeah. I think we're pretty close to it. Pairs. I have a pair of 10s.
I also have a pair of 10s.
And I have a pair of 10s.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that's a lot of 10s.
What's your coordination?
My coordination is 3 dice.
Same.
Okay. I'm
But
gonna have
ours
this.
is happening kind of at the same time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have this one go before you.
Oh,
two.
twinsies.
So we're gonna roll again for auto fire and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Another 9.
Rude.
Okay, Sapna, you're
The
taking
other arm goes.
a spray of 2 shock and 2 killing. All right, so I'm gonna give you your hit locations. All right.
And I have 2 armor.
Oh,
Yeah, we have our armor.
well, that's rude. Okay, so the shock it's light armor, right? It's light
It's
armor. Okay, so those are converted to shock. The other shock is converted to 1. So I'm going to re-roll it because I should have only rolled 3 dice. So this is all shock damage. You have 1 shock to your 4, your 6, and your 7. Is that both arms and torso?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And, my left arm's not looking so good.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's not that you just got like machine gun, because your armor, your personal body armor wouldn't hold up against this kind of machine gun, but it is like you got winged, and then like some of the other shrapnel crashed into you, and this guy's trying to fight you. You know, it's just a mix of things that are happening there. Okay, so that was it. The rest of my pairs are ruined. So the other pairs of 10s.
My pears are just ruined.
So
Lemons are okay, but the pears are toast.
I use my beautiful new wingspan
Yeah.
with I guess a small sonic boom in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually do the propelling, but
Yeah.
it looks so much cooler if we do it this way.
Yeah, I point my toes.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Everybody working together on this one.
Hit pedo.
Okay.
And
Torpedo.
launch Caduceus.
Yeah.
At,
The like
target.
do you want the remaining armored guy?
I wanted the one just with the helmet.
Oh yeah, easy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I rolled 10s, so it's the
Oh
helmet.
yeah. You just smack him right in the noggin.
Yeah.
2 shock, 2 killing. That's a knockout. Yeah. His armor's all gone.
That's a knockout.
I'm replaying this visual in my head of or just being like absolutely bodied towards someone and just like
Yeah. Yeah.
very good.
And then I have 2 9s to channel scintillation to destroy their morale.
Yeah, I think we're kind of at that point anyway. And yeah, so these guys are
We did it.
trying to surrender, and you know, I assume you all are willing to allow people to surrender. You don't really seem like coup de grace kind of people.
I mean, just kidding.
Kill them all and let scintillation sort them out.
Yeah.
No.
So the ones who still have armor on, you know, trigger their like emergency release. So the armor like just like clamshells open and
Was that
ejects.
how that's normally supposed to come apart?
Yeah, yeah, in like 2 pieces. You know, and they're all surrendering. You're able to drag them into the Tic Tac, where there is like, once you're inside, there's a holographic Dr. Light who sure looks like your Dr. Light, just not in white lab coat. She's in like, you know, Star Trek kind of, you know, wraparound tunic with a little bit of a short
Like narrow
turtleneck.
collar.
Yeah, narrow collar, and you know, like you know, fitted pants and all that kind of stuff. But you know, much more sort of futuristic version of Dr. Light, and that seems like the perfect place to pick up next week. So, boy,
right.
it is really tough to do a scary Halloween episode with superpowers involved.
Still good in
Yeah,
this
it's very
area.
good.
It was
Don't
fun,
worry.
yeah.
But it was I had fun either way. It was just was like, oh yeah, superpowers really changed the nature of this type of story. So folks, this has been episode 16 of Pinnacles here on Happy Jacks RPG. You could go to happyjacks.org/pinnacles to catch up on all of our previous episodes. You could go to happyjacks.org/shows to catch anything and everything we've ever done. And we are a lot. I said that correctly. So I hope you'll do that. And let us know what you think at the Discord. You could go to happyjacks.org/Discord. You may have noticed a pattern here. Go to happyjacks.org. Also, let's see. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff going on here. We're doing great. I'll do my outro stuff last. Pooja, what have you done?
Everything. Hi, I am Pooja. You can find me on the internet as Forgotten Saves and find out what I've done that way. If you want to hear me play more TTRPGs, you can listen to the Happy Jacks back catalog at happyjacks.org. Or you can find me on the 12-Sided Stories back catalog for future endeavors. Keep your eye on the Queen's Court game feed.
Cool.
So I've got a few things coming up there. So exciting.
Woo.
It is. We just had a really fun Delta Greens mini campaign wrap up last night.
That's awesome. Hi, I'm Sarah.
You can find me everywhere on the internet as Sarah is Coffee, except for Instagram, where I am Sarah_is_coffee. And I have something to talk about today. Tomorrow, October 30th at 6 p.m., there is something happening on twitch.tv/the Pixel Circus, or just Pixel Circus. I don't remember which one, so try both and see what happens. I think it's just Pixel Circus. It's going to be a horror Halloween experience. They're here, so you can go check it out. Check out what's been released so far on Twitter. I am in it. I'm very excited about it. So go see it tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time,
Okay.
Pacific time. Yeah.
Okay.
My name is Eli. Play Hector. And you know about me and my socials. Fuck 'em. Just make sure to take some time out for yourself. If you need to, just take that breather. You're okay.
Good advice.
Hi, John Enge. Most people call me Enge. You can find out about me at jonenge.carrd.co. It's johnenge.card.co. I am working on a new series called Dungeoneer that I'm doing from, what do they say? From nuts to bolts? Whatever, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Soup to nuts, that's
Soup
it.
to nuts and bolts.
Yeah, and I just did a test episode and getting some feedback on it, and then
I'm excited.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So keep in touch for that.
Cool. I realized I left out. I mentioned how this Dr. Light was dressed, but she also has a like Megan Rapinoe, like
Nice.
shaved side,
Nice.
flip top, like
That's the hair I have right now. and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
good.
yeah. Just like a very lesbian haircut. Just think of that, and then you're all like 80% there. Also, I meant to mention, we love getting to do this live. We only get to do it because of our chat mods, James V and others who make this possible. Thank you for letting us do this. It would suck to do this live without chat mods, and we did in the past, and it did suck, and this is much better. So thank you for keeping us all safe. Also, our Patreon is available, happyjacks.org, shocker, /Patreon. We'll get you there. If you've got a few bucks to spare, if you don't, that's totally okay, always okay. But it all goes back into making the studio run, and we love getting to do this. So thank you to everyone who's able to support that way. We understand if you can't, but thank you. For me personally, my name is Jason. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Blue Sky at It's Probably Okay. There's also a card in the show notes. You can follow my stuff there. Let's see. Oh, I stream on my channel Wednesdays and Fridays, so come check that out sometime if you want.
On Wednesdays, we wear death.
Yes, on Wednesdays we wear death. I think that's pretty much all we have for today. So thank you for joining us. We will be back next week at 2 p.m. on Sunday for episode 17 of Pinnacles here on Happy Jacks RPG. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.